Fight, fight, fight. Happy Saturday, everyone. We have a historic stream for you tonight. Donald Trump is about to take the stage any minute now in Butler, Pennsylvania, just 84 days after surviving an assassination attempt. We actually have JD Vance live on stage right now. We're going to go straight to JD Vance, and we'll check back in with our team on the ground.
The truth is that Kamala Harris and her allies, they attack Donald Trump in order to silence us, we the people. They have declared war explicitly on the First Amendment to the United States Constitution. Kamala Harris proudly says she wants to censor the internet, and Tim Walz said there is no guarantee to free speech. What do we think about that? But we all know, my friends, we all know that censorship is only the first step. Just look at everything they've done to President Trump. First, they tried to silence him. When that didn't work, they tried to bankrupt him. When that didn't work, they tried to jail him. And with all the hatred they have spewed at President Trump, it was only a matter of time before somebody tried to kill him. And that's exactly what happened, not just here in Butler, Pennsylvania, but just a few weeks later in Florida. 3 weeks ago, while these guys still go out there and attacking him as a threat to democracy, another gunman armed with an AK-47 style rifle tried to finish the job. In fact, before the gunman in Florida tried to kill Donald Trump, he wrote, quote, "Democracy is on the ballot." The exact same words that Kamala Harris wrote after accusing Trump of being a dictator only days before the first attempt on his life. But for all of those watching at home, and for all those who might be undecided in this crowd, though there probably aren't that many undecided voters in this crowd, I want to say, you know what's so incredible? You know what's so incredible? It's how Donald Trump responded to all of this. Because despite being shot here in Butler, President Trump immediately called for national unity. And I'll never forget, my friends, what he told me after the second assassination attempt. It was probably the first person that he called that Sunday. And I was sitting at home with my son in Cincinnati, and he said, "JD, they tried to do it again." I said, "They tried to do what, sir?" He said, "They tried to shoot me again." And at first I was in disbelief. I think immediately my thoughts went to him and how he was doing. Of course, he was physically okay because he was calling me, but I said, "Sir, are you doing okay?" And of course, President Trump, in his President Trump way, said, "Yeah, I'm doing fine. You know, I'm a little pissed off because I was about to make a dirt birdie on the 6th hole and they wouldn't let me finish." But it made me think. It made me think about the leadership qualities we want in a president of the United States. And so I'd like to ask you, who would you rather have facing down, Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping? Someone who is afraid of interviews with the friendly American media, or someone who faces down two assassins and returns triumphantly to the very place that he got shot? Now, some of you may have seen that I had a little debate with Governor Walz a few days ago. And I have to admit, I'm maybe the only person in Butler, Pennsylvania that feels that way, but I feel a little bad for Tim Walz, if I'm being honest with you. Because Tim Walz has to defend the indefensible. He has to act like Kamala is going to drive down inflation, bring up wages and bring back jobs and restore peace, the very peace that she destroyed. Well, I hate to break it to you, Tim, but everyone knows the truth. Kamala caused every single one of those problems because Kamala's day one in the White House was 1,400 days ago. Never let her lie to you and pretend that she's going to do something great. She's been in power for 3.5 years and she hasn't done a damn thing. And I hate to say it, but Kamala's record of failure is somehow only getting worse. Just a couple of days ago, I visited an area of our country ravaged by Hurricane Helene. The Appalachian region of Virginia, and we know the Appalachian region of this country has been left behind and ignored by a generation of American leaders. But what started out as a natural disaster is becoming a man-made disaster. When Appalachia was underwater, remember, President Biden was sitting on a beach and Kamala Harris was at a San Francisco fundraiser. That is not leadership. That is a disgrace. And now we're seeing reports that deployments of the military and the National Guard are moving at a snail's pace. My friends, who the hell is running this country right now? Because it sure isn't Joe Biden. It sure isn't Kamala Harris. The Harris administration has given billions of dollars to foreign countries and illegal aliens. But now they swoop in and they promise $750 to American citizens who have lost everything. To everybody watching, to everybody at this rally, I want to say, I promise you, when Donald J. Trump is back in the White House, we're going to have a president that puts America first. We're going to ensure that emergency funding goes to American citizens and not illegal aliens. We're going to create record prosperity with low inflation and rising take-home pay. We're going to secure that southern border, stop the drug trafficking, and send illegal aliens back home where they belong. We're going to drive down the cost of housing, drive down the cost of gas, drive down the cost of groceries, and we're going to clean up our streets to make America safe again. And whether we agree or disagree with you, we will always defend your God-given right to speak your mind without fear of censorship, violence, or persecution. But to everybody struggling, I want you to know that though our country has, yes, been through some hard times over these past few years, I want you to know that help is on the way. We have, think about this, the most generous people, the most abundant natural resources, including some great energy right here in the state of Pennsylvania. We've got the hardest workers. We've got the best values. All we need to restore American greatness is leadership that is fit to serve this country. So more than anything, I'd like all of us to leave this incredible community with a message of hope. Because I honestly believe that what happened right here in Butler is a metaphor for the United States of America. In this land, we may get knocked down, but we get right back up and we keep fighting because in America, hope is never lost. We may face enemies who seek our demise, our destruction, and even our death. They may try to crush our spirits. They may try to convince us that victory is impossible, but in America, nothing is impossible. And as long as that flag yet waves, and I see it's doing it today, there is no trial we cannot endure, no obstacle we cannot overcome, and no defeat we cannot turn into victory. On this field, at this exact spot nearly 3 months ago, we thought President Trump was going to lose his life. But God still has a plan for him, just like he still has a plan for the United States of America. This movement, we have so much left to accomplish. And after the dark nights of trial, when the sun rises again, our flag is still going to be there, and nothing will stop the United States of America. So I want you all, I know he'll be out in just a little bit, but I want you all, when Donald Trump comes out here, to give him a true Butler, Pennsylvania welcome, because with Donald Trump as our leader, we are going to take this country back. We're going to make the American dream affordable again, and it's going to start right here in the great state of Pennsylvania. God bless you, Butler. Thank you for having me, and we are going to take this country back. I love you.
Man, absolute chills there from JD Vance, giving a speech right minutes before Trump's set to take the stage at Butler, Pennsylvania. We heard there, God is not done with Donald Trump. God is not done with America. Let's actually toss the feed up on the side again so we can monitor and see what's going on. Donald Trump, again, set to take the stage any minute now. We have a team on the ground who is sending us updates as they come. We had to take this live immediately because we saw JD Vance going on stage, and we said we're not going to miss a moment. Just to introduce myself, I'm Danny. I'll be taking care of the stream tonight because Benny is on the ground getting us some rapid fire information as things go on. The team has actually been able to uncover some really interesting things. So we've taken you through what the security lapses were going into Butler, Pennsylvania, and what allowed for the Trump kill box to take place. It was, at one point you look at everything that happens and you say, well, there's a lot of incompetence. Maybe there's malice to that. There's no other thing you could really attribute to it when you see that many mistakes happening. Our team on the ground uncovered some shocking things today as they were roaming the grounds ahead of this rally. They've been there since like 8 a.m., just capturing every detail. And we said we would bring it to you guys. There was a moment, and let's make sure we have this, guys, where our team uncovered the water tower that was the source of much speculation last time. And what they saw was shocking. And it shows that maybe this plot against Donald Trump is not over yet. So we'll play that when we have it. What we're looking at right now on our screens is an absolutely packed MAGA rally, historic MAGA rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. We'll play you clips of the crowd. This thing goes on for miles. You cannot see the end of it. It just shows the love that Americans have for Donald Trump, and Donald Trump has for Americans to return to the place where he almost died. And today, of course, we especially pray for Corey Compertor and his family, who tragically lost his life at the rally, heroically shielding his loved ones. He died a true hero. His family is meeting with Trump right now, and they're expected to be at the rally when Trump takes the stage. And whenever he does, we'll go straight there. He's set to take the stage any minute now. We just saw JD Vance, his VP, tee him up, introduce him. So any minute now. What's probably going on right now is Trump is probably meeting with the families who lost loved ones that day. So as we see, they're queuing up a video at the rally. So that's a really, really good sign that Trump is set to come out any minute. So let's if we have that clip of the water tower, let's definitely play that. Okay. Take a look at this. That's the water tower at Butler, Pennsylvania. No sniper. No Secret Service counter sniper. We saw what happened last time. And the question was, where was that sniper? Still, no one's there. No Secret Service counter sniper to protect President Trump. Again, it's beyond words. Just when they're going to learn. So pray for President Trump. Pray for President Trump. He needs a lot of protection. And as we saw JD say right there, God is not done with President Trump. So if you need hope going into Election Day, God is not done with us. God is not done with America. So again, as our team sends us stuff, we're going to play it for you. No one's bringing you this coverage. And we'll try to actually patch in our team live from the ground and give you guys the most, on the grounds coverage that we can. Of course, service permitting, Secret Service, part of security, they block off the antennas, they block off service. So it's sometimes it's tough to get those live shots. But you know us, we're team never sleep. So if we can, we will go live directly from Butler, Pennsylvania. But we will definitely play you stuff as we get it from our team. We have some more sights and sounds from the ground that we just have to play for you. These are again, this is a historic moment, and so we're not going to miss a moment. Let's as we wait for President Trump to come out, why don't we play Latinos for Trump? Trump's up in the polls everywhere among every single group, including Pennsylvania. Now, a lot of models have Trump winning, which is key to win the actual presidential election. There were reporters on the ground just taking again sights and sounds of what Trump supporters had to say. We have Latinos for Trump. Let's hear what they had to say.
USA! Sir, you've been here for a while. Latinos for Trump. Why are you supporting Trump?
Why do I support Trump? Because he's going to be the greatest president to be. Listen, because of the future of our children, because of the future of Latinos, and what he's going to do to make the change for our borders, for our children, for school, everything. Trump is the man. If you ain't going with Trump, I'm sorry to tell you, you're going the wrong way.
Hey, MAGA's for everyone. It's if you want unity, there you go. We have a witness from the original Butler rally, from the first assassination attempt, who went back to Butler to watch President Trump triumphantly return and address the nation. Really, that's what we're seeing today. This is not just some speech. This is an address to the nation, saying, "You can't put us down. You can't silence us. The MAGA movement is going strong." 30 days out from Election Day, we're not stopping. So we have the witness return. Let's play that.
Teeth, why are you here today?
Because I have to finish what we started. I was 12 rows from stage, and the two gentlemen that were shot were 20 feet away from me. It could have been me, and I'm grateful, and I absolutely believe that God was with him and protected him that moment.
Well said, well said. Sir, you were there also?
Yes, sir.
Why are you here today?
Well, I wouldn't miss it. I mean, last time we stood here, for hours and hours. I mean, you can see the size of the rallies. They're incredible, no matter what anybody else tries to tell you. But then 5 minutes into it, we watched Donald Trump go down, and we're not going to see that today. I think they've got everything together, and we're just all praying for him today. If I may, I'd like to send our love out to Helen Carpentori. We're here for Donald Trump. We're here for her. We're here for all the great patriots that were here last time, and that's the best I can say for you.
You hear Corey Comparatori. You hear there was a lady just said, we're going to finish what we started with the rally on July 13th, today on October 5th. We have more Fox and Friends, and we'll finish what we started too in just a moment.
Finish what we started on July 13th. You can see the love from Americans. You can see them praying for the family of Corey Comparator. It's a contrast to what we see from the Democrat side. I mean, these are angry, seething people who don't want America to succeed at this point. I mean, it couldn't be more clear. What we see at MAGA rallies is just this wave of love for this country, and you can see it there in that clip. This rally is, I mean, I've been to my fair share of MAGA rallies. From what I'm seeing, this has to be one of the largest. I mean, this thing goes on for miles and miles and miles. We have a clip actually that our team on the ground took this morning. Gates weren't even open yet. So these were people just camping out, waiting to watch their president take the stage. Let's take a look at that timeline. Look at that. It just goes on and on. Unbelievable. Look at that. And isn't that amazing? Our movement's it keeps growing. It's a uniting message. It's a vision of hope for this country. Again, the entire theme of this rally is essentially God's not done with America. God's not done with this country. God's not done with President Trump. And you can see it there. That's gives you hope. gives you hope. We saw last time there was this flag draped above President Trump that was it kind of folded into like an angel. It was really amazing. This was them setting up for the rally last night. That flag is making a return right above President Trump, right above rally goers who are going to sit behind him. That's where Corey Confrentor was. And so they're finishing what they started. This is it's a triumphant return. It's really amazing. 84 days after, 30 days before Election Day. It's amazing. We actually have Trump Force One. Just let's play that just to take a look at Trump's movements going into the rally. We have that for you right here. We got Trump Force One flying in. People cheering. I mean, that's amazing. The classic Trump flyover. That's it, man. That's awesome. That's amazing. We got some other, again, we have a team on the ground. So there's no other broadcast live right now who's going to bring you the coverage. We're going to bring you with our team on the ground, sending us live, feeding us live information, live clips, live sights and sounds. We have really interesting one. We've got a military parachute at the Butler, Pennsylvania. Let's take a look. I mean, come on, you can't get more patriotic than that heading into a Make America Great Again rally. Massive American flags flying around. Massive crowds just lining up for miles and miles and miles to watch their president speak.
I know y'all. What's up?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Again, Trump is set to take the stage any minute. As soon as we see him come on, we will take you live. I promise you, we will not miss a second. We have a cool clip here. That's, again, just so you can hear from the attendees on the ground, share their excitement, hear what they have to say. We have a clip for you right here. It's let's play it for you, just so you can hear what people are saying on the ground.
Selena, great to see you. You just told me, I didn't know this, your family has been from Butler County since the mid-1700s.
That is, the McJunkin side of my family settled here in the 1750s.
So you know this area well. Does the turnout we have today surprise you at all?
Not at all. I think what we are going to see today are people that were there that day.
You were there?
I was here. Also people that are from around the area. But I also think there's going to be an aspect of a pilgrimage. People feel really drawn to this because it was something that was incredibly significant that happened and almost changed the course of the entire election.
For sure, and that's what we've heard. I mean, New York, California, Idaho, across the country coming here. How has the race changed, maybe specifically in Pennsylvania, since you know the Pittsburgh area and Pennsylvania so well? How has that day changed the trajectory of the race?
So I think immediately there was a shift. Then there was sort of a pause because there were so many things going on with President Biden stepping back, Vice President Kamala Harris stepping forward. Yep. But I think that Trump, based on the interviews I've been doing in the counties outside of the big cities, that has just been a growing support for him. And it's often not seen because they're not in the large cities. You know, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, that's where you always sort of see all the reporting. But these are the counties that make the difference. The amount of people that show up in Butler and Beaver and Luzerne and Erie and Northampton counties, those are the counties that you watch. Cambria County, those are the counties you watch to see on election night to see what the turnout is. They're the ones that will change the selection cycle. People tend to forget that Barack Obama in 2008 won this state by almost 11 percentage points. That dropped down to under 5 percentage points. So there was already a rightward shift happening. As the sort of old New Deal Democrat, middle-class Democrat was sort of lobbed off of the Democratic Party and went towards the Republican Party because the Republican Party, in particular through Trump, started talking about things that were important to them, about community, about the dignity of work, about things being made in America. And that's where you have seen that shift.
Do you feel, you were here on July 13th, do you feel like you witnessed a miracle before your eyes?
Oh, Absolutely. I have followed President Trump, covered him for years. He never, ever looks, first of all, he never has a chart. And he goes Ross Perot and brings a chart out, right? But he also never turns away from the crowd. It's a very transactional relationship. They feed off of him, he feeds off of them. For whatever reason he made, and I talked to him the next day afterwards, he turned his head away from the crowd. Had he not done that, that bullet would have went through his head. So, yeah, it was definitely something. There was a higher power in that moment. And he and I talked about that the next day. He felt as though this was a moment for him, that God was in that presence. And he felt very blessed.
Absolutely. Well, Selena, we're blessed to have you with us on the show today.
Thanks so much.
Nobody knows PA better than you. Appreciate it. We're going to
Definitely a higher power. Definitely a miracle. That what you saw, there was a witness from July 13th at Butler, Pennsylvania, who saw a bullet whiz through President Trump's ear, actually hit him, of course, and just recounting that really powerful moment. Trump set to take the stage any minute. When he does, we'll go live. We promise you. If you're just joining, my name's Danny. Benny is on the ground right now, sending us live information, live clips. So we're going to bring you coverage like none other. We're gonna do it live, as they say. A really cool, interesting view that you don't usually get to see is the view of Trump's massive MAGA rallies from his plane. So we actually have those clips. We have Margot Martin, who is Trump's press secretary, comms director. Right here, we have Margot Martin fly over. Let's play that. Look at that. That thing is packed. You can see the line too if you look closely, just stretching all the way out. People are trying to get in, and I'm sure security is really tight today, so they're probably going to have to cap it at one point. But you can see there it just goes on and on and on. That's we have more of this really cool footage. This one's from Dan Scavino, Trump's right hand man. Look at that. Just a sea of red. That is unbelievable. We have more of this stuff. Let's just play it. This is what Trump saw when he was landing in Butler, Pennsylvania for his rally.
Wow.
Again, it is 5 o'clock.
That's
Trump
cool.
is set to take the stage at 5 o'clock, so any second we'll be ready. And we have Donald Trump getting off his Trump Force One very triumphantly. Let's play that. History. Look at that. The band's playing in the back. Band. That beautiful giant American flag on the tail of his iconic plane. Amazing. We have more clips coming from the ground, so we will play those as we get them. And again, whenever Trump takes the stage, we'll be ready to go. All right. So Butler, Pennsylvania, July 13th, 84 days ago, Trump got shot in the head. There's no other way to put it. And what we're seeing now is Trump saying you can't stop us. This is the message he's sending. This is the message to Iran, who's actively trying to assassinate him. This is a message to the machine, to those within our own government who don't want to see him alive. Frankly, there's no other reason why they would have to do this if they were winning. This tells you a lot about the state of the race. That they wouldn't have to kill President Trump. They wouldn't have to try to put him in jail if he was losing. And I'll tell you what, from the sites we're seeing in Butler, Pennsylvania, miles and miles of Trump supporters lining the streets with MAGA hats, waiting to watch their president speak. We're winning. And it's driving them insane. So this rally is just the final middle finger to all those people who would want Trump not around. not to be a threat to their power, not to be a threat to their destructive agenda for America. I mean, look at that. It's packed to the brim. Gates opened at 10 a.m. There were people camping out since last night, trying to get in. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Any minute now, Trump is set to take the stage and send that message to the machine, to those that don't want him around. That's we're not going to miss a moment. We're not going to miss a moment. Look, if you can see in the back, actually, right there in the behind the stands, you can see these trailers lining the rally. Those are new. So the Secret Service has upped their game the second time around. They're creating more physical barriers, blockades to protect rally goers and President Trump. Of course, you can see right there on stage, he's surrounded by bulletproof glass. Obama, every time he speaks, he's got bulletproof glass around him. That's something new. They have new. If you see that blue ribbon around the stage, that's new too. That's actually a protective barrier. So it's not just a barricade. Like you can see the stainless steel ones there, the aluminum ones. That's the blue ones are actually, it's a physical solid blockade that whoever's in that well would be able to hide if shots were to ring out, like we saw on July 13th. So you can already see Secret Service stepping up their security game. It would have been better if an assassination attempt didn't have to happen for them to take security seriously for the presidential frontrunner. But here we are. And of course, you can see the water tower in the back right behind that tree line. Still no counter sniper. I mean, can you explain that to me? Perfect line of sight to the president, and it's not being manned by United States Secret Service. I don't know. That's interesting right there. But this should be an unbelievable moment when Trump takes the stage. You can see people just brimming with excitement there. This will be one for the books. Make America Great Again on the giant screens. Pennsylvania, of course, being a critical state for President Trump. So, I mean, Democrats should be scared if they're looking at these massive lines trying to get into a MAGA rally. Frankly, where President Trump nearly got assassinated. That's shows you the love. We have more clips from the ground. We've got Forgiato Blow, as you know, our favorite MAGA rapper. We've filmed a lot of content with him. He's the best. We have him on the ground there. Let's play that for you guys.
If there are people out there who maybe love you and follow you, but they're not as in the political scene, what do you say to them to kind of defy the myths that they're being told by the mainstream media?
Do your own research.
Yeah.
If you're not into something, I understand that, but you should be into your future. You should be into your kids' future. You should be into the right now, right? You should be into it. At one time, I wasn't into it, right? And you have to get into it sometime. You got to get serious. You got to grow up at some time. You got to understand this country needs everybody to get out and vote on November 5th for Donald Trump.
That's it. And that's what we're going to do. Tell everybody how they can find you and listen to your amazing music.
Forgiato Blow, the new song right now is Trump Vance Baby. I need everyone to go get it off iTunes. It's currently number 7. Forgiato Blow 47 on X and Donald's Nephew 47 on Instagram.
That's it, Donald's Nephew.
I'm everywhere, yes, but they got me so banned, I got 1,000 different names.
I just said that to him. I follow him all the time, and then there's a new name. I love it. Forgiato, it's so good to see you.
Thank y'all for having me here today. Go Trump.
Follow Forgiato. That's our guy right there. Never misses a moment. On the ground right now. Again, we're going to bring you sights and sounds as we get them. We have a massive team on the ground right now who's getting everything. They're not missing a moment. Anything that happens, we get it. So we won't miss a moment, and we'll bring it straight to you. Because that's what we do. There's no other streams out there that are doing what we're doing today. It's special coverage live from the ground. So stay tuned. We have some pretty cool updates coming, actually, that I know for a fact no one else is going to bring to you. We have a very special moment, right? We opened the stream, taking a moment to pray for Corey Compertore's family. We have footage of his family on the ground at the rally. It's a really powerful moment right here with President Trump. These girls lost their father. He he threw himself on top of them to protect them. It's he died a hero. He died a hero and a patriot who loves his country. And we see President Trump there, not only just making the time for them, but making them a part of this. Because I mean, I don't think anyone really loves Americans like President Trump does. He truly cares about this country, cares about his people, and that's a powerful clip right there on the tarmac. First thing he does when he gets off his plane is he takes time to meet with the family of Corey Comfortor. So you got Trump again getting off his plane. What a man! What a man! Of course, a couple weeks ago, you'd have seen a giant Band-Aid on his ear because they shot at his head. He's still standing and standing strong. We got to. You heard Forgiato there. You got to get out and vote. It's the only way we're going to do this, right? It's the only way we're going to do this. Democrats are betting on us to just stay at home, and we have an opportunity here to not just have President Trump win by 1%. Why not go to sleep on election night with Trump up 20%, and not just have President Trump win, but send a message to the machine that they can't keep us down, that we don't want their slimy, corrupt hands on our country any longer, that we want a leader in the White House who's going to make America safe again, make America great again, make America wealthy again, who's going to bring down the cost of inflation, keep us out of endless wars. The way to do that is you go out and vote in droves. So if you don't have a plan for election day, get one now. Go early, go vote on election day, whatever it is, but make sure you have a plan, so we can send a message to the machine that they're not going to keep us down. They're not going to keep us down, and we're going to win. That's the only way we're going to do it. We have to show up. We can't just tweet about it. We have to show up and vote. That's the only way we're gonna win this thing. And frankly, looking at the sites of this rally, we're gonna do it. And we're gonna do it. That's no one's bringing the energy like we are. And so again, just bring that energy to the ballot box, and you can't beat it. We're unstoppable. We've got God on our side. We really do. We have a clip for you. We have the sheriffs endorsing President Trump after Butler. We have that clip, guys. Right? Let's play it if we do.
All the partners from federal, state, county, and local, the volunteer firefighters, the EMTs, EMA, they worked their asses off in July. They responded to over 250 medical emergencies that day in full gear. And if you were here, it was 96 degrees, hot, humid, hazy, and no wind. So a big shout out to all of our first responders that were here in July and that are here today protecting all of us. Thank you so much. No, thank you. So I am joined by some fellow sheriffs throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, just a small contingent from, again, all over Pennsylvania. We have 49 sheriffs that have endorsed Donald J. Trump to be our next president of the United States of America.
That's the energy right there. Yeah, you see the sheriff going fight, fight, fight on the stage where President Trump got shot. Man, what an unbelievable sight right there. Butler County Sheriff's Department endorsing President Trump after July 13th on stage. That's you can see the energy. We're gonna win, baby. We've got Melania Trump reacting to what happened that day. We rarely get to hear from Melania Trump, but when we do, it's always something really special. And we have that clip. Let's play it for you.
The TV and I rewind it and I watched it. I was only a few minutes behind. And something, I guess, look over me. So I didn't really see live, but maybe, 3 minutes, few minutes later. But when I saw it, it was only, nobody really knew yet, right. Because when you see him on the floor and you don't know what really happened.
And then a few weeks later, there's another attempt on your husband's life at your golf course. Where were you, and what was your reaction to this attempt?
I was in New York City, actually, and I saw it on the television. And as soon as I saw it on television, I called again, and he was okay, because Secret Service were great. The guys that they were with him, they were fantastic. And I think both of the events, they were really miracles. If you really think about it, the July 13 was a miracle, like that much, and he could not be with us.
And he normally doesn't call for that one screen. He waits
Correct.
till the end of the
Correct.
speech. So just looking at that screen allowed him to turn his head.
I think something was watching over him. I think he's, it's almost like country really needs him.
Melania Trump, of course, a woman of faith. We've seen her pray with President Trump on stage at MAGA rallies in 2016. And so you see her right there reacting to what happened that day on the stage at Butler, Pennsylvania on July 13th. You can tell she was touched by it. And she says, God is watching over President Trump. It's almost like God wants President Trump back in the White House. It's a powerful clip right there. It's a powerful thing. Yeah, let's keep the stream up so we can just see what's going on. You can see right there the camera panning around. That thing is packed. Man, wow. American flags everywhere, red everywhere, just patriotic. Again, if you missed it, you see those trailers right there. Those white, like those rectangles, those are actually massive trailers that are parked along the fence line right behind the stands. That's an added protective barrier that we're seeing this time around from Secret Service to protect President Trump. We've seen this actually at Kamala rallies, interestingly enough, where they line up a bunch of buses to protect rally goers. For some reason, they haven't done that at Trump's rallies. So, but we're seeing it now. We're seeing definitely some beefed up security, protective glass right there, that blue barricade in front of the stage to act as an extra protective barrier if needed. And you can see those yellow cranes right behind President Trump that are, unfurling a massive American flag that we saw fold into an angel last time. It was really, really powerful. So again, that's you can see people still filing in, maybe taking their seats. They might be making an announcement that Trump's about to speak soon. So that's probably why you can see people sort of getting up and finding their seats again. Yeah, people seem excited that man, we have a team on the ground who's sending us sort of like what's happening. And they're telling us we've never seen anything like this. This is a historic rally by every sense of that word. Returning to the site of his assassination, massive crowds, high energy. It's unbelievable, really. And again, we're going to bring you Trump as soon as he walks on stage. He's set to walk on stage any second now. And who knows? Maybe he'll go on stage and go fight. That would be epic. If he does that and he walks on stage and goes fight. That would be it. By the way, chat, let's go. Throw up those fight emojis. If you're a member of the channel, go ahead. Just throw up the fight emojis. I want to see those in the chat. Let's go. All right, I see those. They're flying. If we can get a screenshot and put that up, let's do it. Let's go. Fight. All right. Maybe Trump's watching. I know he watches our stuff. So if he's watching, President Trump, you're seeing the chat flying. Get on stage and go fight. That's what we want to see. We have a picture of it. Let's put that up so chat can feel the love that we're feeling from them. Let's throw it up when we can. Fight. Let's go. All right. Any minute, Trump's set to take the stage. We will go live. We won't miss a moment of it. We have more footage from the ground coming. There you go. Let's take a look. Look at that. Beautiful hearts, beautiful fight emojis, beautiful American flags. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. Just make sure you have a plan to vote. That's the only thing. We got to be super organized. We got 30 days to go. The deadlines, if you're not registered to vote, deadlines are actually closing in states in like a couple of days. So make sure you check your voter status. I know some states have pretty janky, very sketchy registration laws. So make sure you're still registered to vote at your current address, as Scott Pressler would say, and make sure you have a plan. You can vote early, vote by mail, whatever it is, but make sure you make your voice heard, and not only vote, but send a message to the machine, to those that want President Trump not around, to say it lightly. And man, we're going to take our country back. That's it. All right, we have more clips, guys, from the ground. I think those are coming in. Right when we went live, it's almost like it was just meant to be. JD Vance took the stage and sort of teed up the rally that we're about to see. Not just the rally, the address to the nation that we're about to see from President Trump on this historic stage that he's about to get on. We have Vance talking to the crowd about hope, about what our history holds, what's next for our country. We have 30 days to take back this country. It's there's a hard deadline, and so we have to work ravenously to take it back. And so we have JD Vance with a very strong clip talking about hope not being lost. Let's play that.
So more than anything, I'd like all of us to leave this incredible community with a message of hope. Because I honestly believe that what happened right here in Butler is a metaphor for the United States of America. In this land, we may get knocked down, but we get right back up and we keep fighting, because in America, hope is never lost. We may face enemies who seek our demise, our destruction, and even our death. They may try to crush our spirits. They may try to convince us that victory is impossible, but in America, nothing is impossible.
Nothing is impossible. Man, I just love that. We have more from Vance, actually. We have him talking about what the theme of Trump's entire public persona has been for the past 10 years. It's we're going to make America great again. It's a message that clearly America is down for. So let's play Vance talking about making America great again.
Now, 84 days ago, of course, on this very field, an assassin tried to fill our hearts with terror. But we're here to say we can't be intimidated. We cannot be stopped. We won't be denied. We will make America great again, and we're going to do it together.
USA, and you see Vance pumping his fist again. Guys, what other time do you have to do this? Just throw it up. Throw up the fight emojis again. We're gonna have some fun here. All right. Trump's about to take the stage. You can see actually there's some movement behind the stage right there. Maybe that's Secret Service. That's Trump's detail, maybe. There's definitely some movement going on right here. So let's stay tuned. I think Trump's, you can see Secret Service right there walking behind the stage. There's a good chance Trump's about to walk out any minute. So let's keep this. There you go. That flag right there, man. It almost looks like it's turning back into an angel. That's amazing. See the infamous red barns in the back with the Secret Service counter snipers. You can see them right there on your screen. Within the top left. There we go. Okay, we have who's coming out right now. All right. Is that Lee Greenwood? No. Okay, it's just some other dude. Let's watch this. Okay. Whenever he gets to the podium, let's hear what he has to say. This might be the indication that Trump's about to walk out. So let's throw to this. Let's see what he's saying.
A proud supporter of President Trump. When he is elected president, he will deliver the greatest economic boom to America than we've ever seen. We'll see growth in our energy sector. We become a manufacturing powerhouse. We'll see growth in real wages, which will benefit all Americans. It's great to see so many people here. Thank you. God bless.
All right, let's throw the rally up again just so we can see what's going on. There we go. That was.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage American investor and founder of the Witkoff Group, Mr. Steve Witkoff.
Okay. Let's mute that just for now as he approaches the stage. There we go. Here, so this is a really good sign. This means President Trump has been on the site for hours now. This is his sort of pre-rally routine where you're going to see top supporters, donors, surrogates coming on stage to introduce the president. So let's see what he has to say. Let's turn the audio up. On Mr. Witkoff, can we bump the audio up?
I have some prepared remarks, but I would like to extend my blessings to the Dutch and Copenhagen family, and also to the Corey Compatore family. My heart is with you.
It's Trump's golf buddy.
This is a beautiful, beautiful town. I was marveling at the beauty. Patriots of Butler, Pennsylvania, it is my honor and my blessing to stand before you today. I'm not just here as a speaker, but I am a dear friend of the president and someone who has had the privilege of knowing President Trump personally, witnessing his strength and commitment to our nation. You know President Trump as a man who never backs down. I've been at his side through some of the toughest moments, and I can tell you, he embodies the leadership we need in these times for our nation. I was 10 feet away from him during the second assassination attempt. Amidst the chaos, President Trump stood tall. He didn't flinch or complain, not one bit. He chose strength, not for himself, but for us, for me that day, his friends, his staff, and for every American who believes in this country. That's who Donald Trump, my dear friend, is. He's a fighter, the toughest fighter I know, who refuses to be broken or beaten. He faces adversity head on and says, "Bring it on." At the Republican National Convention where I spoke, I shared a side of the president many do not have the luxury of seeing: his empathy. While the media paints him as tough, they don't show how deeply he cares. He feels the burden of every challenge this country faces and understands the struggles of everyday Americans. I'll never forget when he reached out to me after I lost my son, Andrew. He wasn't just the president. He was a friend, offering comfort and ensuring we weren't alone. That's the kind of leader he is, the kind we need more than now than ever, the kind who came here today, even though he lost his own life on this very stage, but he was not going to be deterred. Today, we stand at a pivotal moment. In the wake of the Iranian attack, our nation stands at a crossroads. The world watches to see who will step up to lead us. We need a leader who understands the gravity of this moment, who embodies strength in action, not just in words. President Donald Trump is that leader. My friend has stood up to tyrants and bullies, making tough decisions and always putting this country first, even when it wasn't an easy choice. That's why we need him more now than ever. This isn't about politics. It is about the soul of our country. It is about choosing strength over weakness, vision over indecision, and leadership over chaos. We are living in a time that demands greatness. As Abraham Lincoln once said, you cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. President Trump understands that he is the most consequential president in the history of this country. He knows that leading this nation is about taking responsibility for our future, ensuring our children and grandchildren inherit a country that is safe, prosperous, and free. Behind the headlines and the political battles is a man who wants to see America thrive. He believes in every fiber of his being that this country is still the greatest nation on earth and that her best days are yet to come. So as we face this pivotal moment in history, ask yourselves, who do you want leading this country when the enemies of freedom threaten our way of life? Do you want someone who bows to pressure because this man doesn't? Or someone who stands up, fights back, and says, no matter what you throw at me, I will not break. I will not waver. I will not back down. That is Donald J. Trump. He has the courage to face today's challenges and the vision to build a brighter tomorrow. The pathway to peace, prosperity, and strength isn't found in weakness or hesitation. It's found in unwavering resolve. It's found in a leader who refuses to let America be pushed around or let our enemies dictate our future. So Butler, Pennsylvania, this beautiful town, I ask you to stand with me. Stand with President Trump and stand for the future of this incredible country. Together, we will overcome every obstacle and make sure America's best days are still ahead. Thank you. God bless you all. God bless President Trump and his family, and God bless the United States of America.
There you go. God bless America. God bless President Trump. God bless this country. Saw him echo some of Trump's classic lines there. That was Trump's golf buddy. Interestingly enough, we learned there that he was with Trump just mere meters away when he almost got shot for the second time in Florida. So that was really interesting right there. He sounded like a lot of Trump's classic lines: "We will not bend, we will not break, we will not yield, we will never back down, we will never surrender, we will make America great again." Some really, really interesting moments from there. We have, again, I think it's just going to be a constant flow of speakers until President Trump walks out. So this should be a banger. Oh, here we have the Trumps walking on. We have Eric Trump and Laura Trump walking out, I'm sure, to a roaring crowd. There we go, pumping a fight. Chat, do it again. Fight. Just throw it up today. We're gonna have some fun. If there's ever a day to do it, it's today. So there you go, Laura Trump throwing up the heart. Reverend in the crowd, Eric Trump right behind her. This should be a really, really powerful speech from his son and daughter-in-law. This should be. As soon as they take the microphone, we will go straight there. So you got the fight signs. Classic. This is history right here. All right, let's go to them.
Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, I've never been more proud to be anywhere in my life than I am today here with you on this stage. This is a big family. They tried to take away someone we all love, and they did take away someone we love in Corey, an incredible man. His family's backstage. It's heartbreaking. They've tried to get my father every single second since he went down that golden escalator. Laura and I have witnessed it every single day. They tried to smear us. They tried to bankrupt us. They came after us. They impeached him twice. They went after his Supreme Court justices. They weaponized the entire legal system. The Russian hoax, the dirty dossiers. You remember every single one of them. Far left AGs, far left DAs in every far left place in this country went after my father. They tried to pull him off the ballot in Colorado. They tried to pull him off the ballot in Maine. And it has not worked. And then, guys, they tried to kill him. And it's because the Democratic Party, they can't do anything right. You see it this week in the FEMA response in North Carolina, and in Georgia, and in South Carolina, and in Florida. You have people's houses floating down rivers. And what does Kamala do? She comes out and says, yes, I'd like to give that family $750. We send $200 billion over to Ukraine so beautiful young kids can shoot at each other in trenches. $200 billion. We give hundreds of billions of dollars to Pakistan. They wouldn't tell us that bin Laden is literally a mile away from their equivalent of West Point. We send hundreds of billions of dollars to them. We gave $150 billion to Iran, a country that chants death to America. And Kamala Harris comes out and says, we're going to give $750 to the person who lost their house in a mudslide. Guys, this isn't America first. This is America last. But the good news, help is on the way. And help is on the way from the bravest person I have ever met in my entire life. My father's been the greatest father a person could ever have. He's been an inspiration to this entire country. And he was an inspiration here in Butler when he stood up with blood running down his face and said, fight, fight, fight. I love all of you so much. I really mean it. This is a family. This isn't politics, guys. Guys, this isn't politics. This isn't politics. This is a movement of absolute love of hundreds of millions of people who want to save the United States, who want to keep our country number one at absolutely everything we do. And that's why we're going to re-elect Donald Trump as the 47th president of the United States. Guys, we love you. And to a woman that is doing a truly great job in every aspect of life, from being a great wife to an unbelievable mother. By the way, I think Caroline and Luke Trump are the most popular Trumps right now. Did you guys see them a couple weeks ago? Vote for Grandpa. Make America great again. But she's doing a hell of a job as the RNC co-chair. You know, I get to go to bed every single night and wake up every single morning listening about voter integrity. It's really great. I'm really, really excited for November 6th when Laura can turn over in the morning and not talk about voter integrity. But she's doing a hell of a job. Ladies and gentlemen, Laura Trump.
All right, Pennsylvania. Is anybody here ready to send Donald J. Trump back to the White House? Well, we're 31 days away. 1 month from right now, as Donald Trump always says, will be the most important day in the history of America, because this is a pivotal moment for our country. And I don't even have to tell anybody that here. We can all feel it. This is no longer a fight between Republican versus Democrat, left versus right. It is good versus evil. And good is going to win this battle, ladies and gentlemen. And if you had any question whether God exists and he performs miracles, we got our answer here on July 13th, right here in Butler, Pennsylvania. He spared Donald Trump's life because he was not finished with Donald Trump. And he did it not once, but twice. And I've said it time and time again, but now you feel it more than ever. Donald Trump was made for such a time as this. It's such an honor to be back here in Butler. And you know, I knew before Donald Trump even said he wanted to come back here that he would come back to Butler, Pennsylvania, because in life, you can operate with fear and cowardice, or you can operate with strength and faith. And that's what Donald Trump operates with, strength and faith. And that's the kind of leader we need to see back at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. We need strength in this country. And Eric's right. I've been doing a little something with making sure that we have free, fair, and transparent elections, and that only legal citizens are voting in our elections here in the United States of America. That's okay. It's been the #1 focus of the RNC since I took over alongside our chairman, Michael Whatley, back in March. We have had a big goal of recruiting 100,000 people to volunteer as poll watchers, poll workers, legal experts on the ground. And we said, I don't know, 100,000 is a lot. I'm happy to report that we have trained 200,000 people across this country to do that. So our message is very clear. If you are a person who is considering cheating in our elections, we will find you. We will track you down and we will prosecute you to the full extent of the law. And if you're an illegal citizen voting in our election, we'll track you down and prosecute you to the full extent of the law, and you're leaving this country. How's that sound? Don't do it. It's not worth it. But real quick, before I go, is everybody in this crowd registered to vote? Well, it could be that you've heard of someone who's been doing so much voter registration right here in Pennsylvania. His name is Scott Pressler. And he has done an incredible job. We have flipped Bucks County and Luzerne County from Democrat to Republican in terms of voter registration. And I would like to invite my friend Scott Pressler to come up and say a few words to you folks, if you would welcome him, please, to the stage right now. And he wore shorts for us today, so check out his legs. Look at this. Yes.
I wish I didn't wear shorts today. Mom and Dad, I honor you on the stage today, Captain Robert Pressler and my mom, Carol Pressler. Pennsylvania, you have the power to change the world. Pennsylvania wins the White House, and so please, I ask you today, please check your voter status, make sure you're an active voter registered at your current address, and please visit vote.pa.gov and register to vote today. A message to our union workers: we want your vote. We want to keep jobs here in America. To our beautiful Amish and Lancaster and across the state, we will protect your raw milk, your dairy, your farming, your school choice, your religious freedom, your ability to afford to have 10 beautiful children per family. To our hunters, 30% of you are not registered to vote. Please, our hunters, support the Second Amendment, register to vote. To our truckers that service us every single day, please request a mail-in ballot or vote early, lock in those votes. To our sorority sisters and our fraternity brothers, please, you have the power. If you're going to school here in Pennsylvania, register to vote legally and lawfully here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I feel this from the top of my head to the tip of my toes. I love our great country. President Trump took a bullet for us. Please use your ballot and have his back on Tuesday, November 5th, and deliver Pennsylvania for Donald J. Trump. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, before we go, what we're going to do here today, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to make a new memory in Butler, Pennsylvania. And this will mark the moment that this election was won for Donald J. Trump. Let's send him back to the White House on November 5th. We love you, Pennsylvania. Thank you. God bless.
There you go. That was awesome right there. You heard Scott Pressler up there on stage. You know, someone who the old guard of the RNC didn't like very much is now front and center right there. Amazing. You hear that like awesome fight shirt. Scott, if you're watching this, I want one of those. Send them my way. Where did he get them? That looks awesome. Packed crowd right there. You saw Eric Trump say, this is not politics, this is a family. And it really does feel like that from what we're seeing on the ground. Of course, Benny is on the ground right now. And there was this special moment right here. This is Benny praying with the family of Corey Comprentor. We had to throw it up. This is what it is. It's a family. It's love is what we're seeing. And from what Benny and the team is telling us on the ground is that it's a lot of love today. Love for this country, love for President Trump, love, of course, for the family of Corey Comprentor. as you can see right there, praying and hugging them. They lost their husband. They lost their father. Of course, died a hero, but it's sad. I mean, so if you guys are wondering where Benny is, this is it. He's at the rally right now in Butler, Pennsylvania. And again, he's sending us on the ground footage. So whenever something happens, you will hear it from us first. We will not miss a second of it. You can see right here on your screen, that's a live shot of the rally, directly from President Trump. So this is the clearest feed you'll get anywhere. See, pan up to the flag right there. That's the flag, same flag that folded into an angel last time. It's pretty amazing. And so we saw Eric and Laura Trump take the stage moments ago, which is a really good sign that President Trump is set to walk out any minute now. We have another speaker approaching the stage right now. Let's take a look at this. Actually, this is this is an awesome picture. We have, if you ever wanted to talk about making America great again and unity, here you have Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, who is single-handedly saving free speech in America and across the world, laughing, smiling with President Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. JD Vance there too. And if you look closely at what Elon Musk is holding, he is holding a dark MAGA hat. He is holding the iconic, the limited edition all black MAGA hat. MAGA's for everyone. Welcome in, you know? That's how we're going to save this country. Just we need unity. We need love for America, finally. You can see it there in that picture. That's iconic. So I think what we saw there was someone approaching the stage, probably White House military advanced staff who is out there making sure his remarks are hard copied on the podium if needed. So you see JD Vance mingling with the crowd. Yeah, that's great. So again, we're not going to miss a moment. JD Vance is now seated in front of the podium. So that means everyone's in position at this point. President Trump will walk out any second. And when he does, we will go straight there. Yeah, so that was someone from Trump's advanced staff, making sure everything was set, making sure the teleprompters were set. Who knows? He might even throw up that chart again that saved his life last time. I'm sure he will. He loves that chart. He says he would sleep with that chart if he could, because it saved his life. So there you go. There you go. Those are the sights and sounds that we're seeing right now. JD Vance right there, seated, sea of red MAGA hats, Secret Service position right there, and you can see police as well, geared up, armed up, next to the stage. Security's tight today. I think they hopefully they learned their lesson from last time. So you can see a clear shot of the podium. I like this one, and you can see that protective barrier around the podium. That, of course, is a new addition after July 13th, where President Trump was shot in the head. There's no other way to put it. It touched his head. We're millimeters away from never seeing President Trump again. And here he is back at the assassination site. Amazing. Amazing. Again, Benny is on the ground with the team at Butler, Pennsylvania. So he is sending us footage. So as soon as we get new stuff, we'll play it for you guys. Let's see what we got here, guys. We got a clip of a paramedic. Let's play that one. This is all coming to us live.
As we all rely on our training, there are some things that you can never be prepared for. Saturday, July 13th. I was working the evening President Trump was shot. That evening, I witnessed a man with a deeply rooted bond with his family. I heard him speak with his wife, his children, and his grandchildren. He let them know that he was safe and that he was being taken care of. I heard his daughter say, "Only by the grace of God, you are here." The man that we all see on TV with the strong personality, who sometimes doesn't mince for words, or who is seen as a wealthy powerful businessman was not the man that I stood beside that evening. What I saw was a man that, in the aftermath of one of the most terrifying experiences of his life, showed resiliency. He showed strength and courage. He showed that his family was at the forefront. He was a husband, a father, and a grandfather. He was compassionate and grateful. He was kind and humble. Several times I stood and stared at him with tears rolling down my cheeks. He was someone's dad. He's a human just like you and me. I held the hand of that man who sends out the mean tweets, and I thanked him for loving our country and fighting for our freedoms. He assured me that he is doing everything he can to save our country, and I believe this to be true now more than ever. So as I circle back and wrap this up, I talk about healthcare and EMS being my calling. When I look back to the date of July 13th, I see our first responders and our soon-to-be 47th president who are doing just that, answering their calling. Events of this magnitude present unique challenges, yet the first responders and President Trump handled them with skill, grace, and determination, reminding us of the invaluable role that they both play. How fortunate are we to have such devoted, amazing people surrounding us and serving our country and our communities. To President Trump and to all the first responders, please know that your dedication and services are appreciated far beyond words. We hold you to the highest regards. Thank you once again for your exemplary work during the rally and every day as you all continue to protect and serve us. Thank you for this opportunity to share my experience.
What a moment there. The paramedic who treated President Trump seconds after he got shot on stage. You can see she was just talking about having tears in her eyes, just seeing how, how the one man who can basically save America is had an attempt on his life. So that was a powerful moment there. We have a moment that happened just moments ago on stage of JD Vance talking about how God spared President Trump's life. There's no other way to put it. It's a great clip. Let's play that one.
Sure as I'm standing here today that what happened was a true miracle. And on that day, America felt the truth of Scripture. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. I truly believe that God saved President Trump's life that day. And I believe that God is with us right now and watches over this incredible nation every single day.
God watches this nation every single day. Amazing. We see right here on our screen, they're playing this live at the rally. I'm sure it's, yeah, there you go. Trump walking defiantly. Okay, there you go. Trump. They're playing this at the rally right now. So, okay, very cool. We have eyes on JD, I think, in the crowd, right? There you go. Oh, all right. Let's see. There's some movement going on. Let's see who this is. All right, someone's about to walk on stage. Let's see. Could it be President Trump? Could it be President Trump? Chat, I want you to guess who's about to walk out right now. Let's hear it. Is that okay? Looks like Lee Greenwood. So President Trump maybe is walking out any moment now. Let's see. People have their phones out. All right. Let's see. Okay, if we have the clean feed, let's play the clean feed. Okay. Okay, this is Trump's feed, so this is directly from President Trump. You can see him walking on stage right now. What an unbelievable moment. Just look at that. Red power tie. Amazing. 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 We're gonna turn on the audio as soon as President Trump goes up to speak. Unfortunately, there's certain things we can't play on our channel, including some of the music that President Trump loves to walk out to. We have some really cool music though. Let's play the music we have from our cache.
No doubt, I love this.
Lee, thank you very much, really. Thank you. A very big thank you to Pennsylvania. We love Pennsylvania. And as I was saying, oh, I love that. I love that chart. I love that graph. Isn't it a beautiful thing? But also beautiful because look at the number. That's the day I left office. It was the lowest Border Patrol, the lowest it's ever been. Illegal immigration. Today it's out of control. But I love it for other reasons too. You know that. So thank you very much. And thank Lee and what Lee has done with that song. And it's such an honor to have it. I want to just let you know that tonight I returned to Butler in the aftermath of tragedy and heartache to deliver a simple message to the people of Pennsylvania and to the people of America. Our movement to make America great again stands stronger, prouder, more united, more determined, and nearer to victory than ever before. We're going to make America great again. Going to win the election. Going to win the election. And to all Americans, whether you are Republican, Democrat, Independent, conservative, or liberal, or you have no label whatsoever. It makes no difference. Our movement, it belongs to you. It belongs to our country. Belongs to our country. And together in just 1 month, we are going to usher in a new golden age of American security, prosperity, sovereignty, and freedom for our citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. Exactly 12 weeks ago this evening on this very ground, a cold-blooded assassin aimed to silence me and to silence the greatest movement, MAGA, in the history of our country. MAGA. We love MAGA. For 16 harrowing seconds during the gunfire, time stopped as this vicious monster unleashed pure evil from his sniper's perch, not so far away. But by the hand of providence and the grace of God, that villain did not succeed in his goal, did not come close. He did not stop our movement. He did not break out our spirit. He did not shake our unyielding resolve to save America from evils of poverty, hatred, and destruction. Yet we are here this evening in record numbers. This is a big crowd. This is a big one. This is a big one. Not only to mark the triumph of American spirit, but over, and you know that this is really, truly, in the truest sense, spirit over evil and adversity, but also to pay tribute to some of the best and bravest we have ever known. This field is now a monument to the valor of our first responders, to the resilience of our fellow citizens, and to the sacrifice of a loving and devoted father, a really great man. You know that. Forever afterward, forever after, all who have visited this hallowed place will remember what happened here, and they will know of the character and courage that so many incredible American patriots have showed and know, and they know it at a level never seen before, probably. First, I want to thank the men and women of the U.S. Secret Service who threw their bodies on top of mine without even a thought for their own lives. They were on top of me so fast. They were on top of me, and there was not even a moment of doubt in their minds. You watch those tapes, not even a moment of doubt. I want to thank Secret Service. They're great, great people. They are great people. And in that moment, those agents displayed a devotion to duty that cannot be described, and they did it yet again less than 3 weeks ago when they really did a fantastic job. Another attempt. It was another attempt. We have an evil world. We have a very sick world. My gratitude to them is beyond measure. We also owe a tremendous debt, thanks to the Secret Service counter sniper and a local police sniper who returned fire within seconds and stopped the shooter quickly and saved many lives. If he didn't stop, he saved many lives. He had a lot of bullets. Difference. So it would have been many, potentially many people. I also want to express our thanks to the Butler Township Police Department, incredible people. The Butler Sheriff's deputies, Pennsylvania State Police, and all of the other law enforcement heroes, as well as the emergency personnel and doctors, the medical teams at Butler Memorial Hospital, Allegheny General Hospital, who rushed me and rushed some of these very badly wounded people. They were wounded, a lot of badly wounded people, and in particular, two people. And I tell you, they were very brave and great people. They were big Trump fans, and they still are. That means something. That was That was pretty amazing. You know, when I got up, I asked whether or not anybody was killed. I assumed that there would be a lot because I heard the bullets winging right over my head. They said probably 3. The doctors did such an incredible job. It was one great gentleman, but the other 2 have been amazing, actually. They've gone through it. They've gone through a lot. And when the crisis struck, they did really Pennsylvania proud. You've heard that expression, Pennsylvania proud. It's a great place. I went to school. I went to college in Pennsylvania. It's a great place. The people are incredible. Also, and I have to say, after returning to the field tonight, is one of the really brave Americans who was hit by the assassin's bullet, U.S. Marine veteran David Dutch. David, thank you. Thank you, David. Thank you, David. And David, we're thrilled to see your recovery is going well. Great doctors up here, I have to tell you, great doctors. Your courage is really an inspiration to us all. So I want to thank you very much, David. A great gentleman, great gentleman. I want to send our love to someone who could not be here because he has just undergone major surgery related to the shooting. A man who was really badly wounded, like David, James Copenhagen, because James was a wonderful man, a big Trump fan. And Mr. Copenhagen is out there watching us right now, but he's in a hospital where they did some additional work, but he's in great shape. He wanted to be here so badly, but he's in great shape, and we appreciate it, and we're looking to his full and complete recovery. He will have a complete recovery. Thank you. Thank you very much. And of course, there's one more hero who could not make it back here tonight because he is no longer with us, right? You know who that is, right? Corey, our beautiful Corey. Corey is not with us tonight, and he should be. And we all miss him. He's become somewhat of a folk hero, I have to tell you. Who is with us is his beautiful wife and daughters and relatives, sister. Please, where are you? Where are they sitting? There they are. There's a lot of people. It's not easy to find people in this audience. Goes back further than you can see. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Great family, a great, incredible family. And he loved you a lot. And, you know, his wife said something very beautiful. The public, a lot of people, all of us, a lot of people have been very generous. And she said, I'd rather have my husband. That's a good thing to say. That's a good thing to say. I'd rather have my husband. Corey Comparator was an incredible husband and father, a devout Christian, a veteran, and a proud former fire chief, very respected within the town. Everybody knew him. Few men volunteered to run into fires, but Corey was one of those who did. He ran into fires. I spoke to people that were with this guy would do anything. He was brave, right? Brave guy like you. And he was also a protector who put his life on the line for others, and he loved doing it. And when the sound of gunshots pierced the air on that July evening, Corey leapt into the fire one more time. In his last seconds of this earth, he threw himself on the top of his wife and daughters. He didn't want them hurt. He threw himself. He said he knew what was happening. He didn't want them hurt. And he was hit hard. He was hit hard. And he gave his life to shield their lives. Every father and husband in America hopes that if the time came, we would have what Corey had. Tremendous courage, tremendous guts, and he wanted to protect his family, and he did protect his family. At this time, it is 6:11, 12 weeks to the minute that the shooting began, I would like to ask everyone to join me in a moment of silence.
Grazia plena, ave Dominus, Dominus tecum, benedicta Frae Maria Ribus, et benedictus, fructus ventris tui,
Now that is what you call a voice. One of the greatest opera singers in the world, and Christopher Macchio, who's truly a great talent, is going to be back when I leave, and I'm going to stay backstage watching every song. He's going to sing 3 or 4 great songs, Nessa Dorma and others. And so I wouldn't leave your seat too fast when we're finished today, but this is in honor of 3 great people, actually, 3 great, and in particular, Corey. And we appreciate it, but that is a real voice, isn't it, huh? That's not, what do you think, Mr. Future Vice President? Pretty good, right? I don't know if you could do that, JD. I don't know. I don't think JD can do that. In the face of murderous hate, Corey answered the most selfless kind of love. We are joined this evening by Corey's incredible widow, Helen, his 2 precious daughters, Kaylee and Allison, and his sisters, Kelly and Dawn. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is an incredible tribute. This is a tribute like no other, and he deserves it. To Helen and the entire family, I can only begin to imagine the depths of your grief, but I want you to know that just like you, we will carry his memory in our hearts for as long as we live. Everybody in this stadium and everybody that was there on that tragic evening, we are thinking about Corey. We think about him a lot. I know he's looking down on us right now from heaven, smiling at his beloved wife and daughters and his mother, Karen, and his entire family. And And he's with you, and he's going to be with us for a long time because, some people just don't die in vain. And what he's left behind is incredible. And so God bless you, Corey. God bless you. Thank you very much. God bless you. I just one little story. Helen told me that on the day that they came to the rally, Corey was really excited because somebody gave him great seats right up front here with the people from North Carolina, the ladies from North Carolina. This is their 227th rally. I don't know what's going on with them. Those beautiful ladies. But they always seem to have good seats. But Corey had the best seat in the house, and he was telling his wife and family on the way over in the car, he said, I'm telling you, he's going to invite me up on the stage, because I do that sometimes. I take people, we invite them up on the stage. And she smiled, thinking it'll never happen. And little did anyone realize that Corey would be on the stage 3 months later in an almost immortal position. And that's where he is today. He's on the stage in I think it's a truly immortal position. So the love that he showed on that day and throughout his life is the love that sustains the entire movement, love that our families have, and it's love of our communities and love of our country. It's a force more powerful than any hatred and malice, because even in the darkest hours, it shines forth as a guide, and it guides us like nothing could ever guide us. It guides us really like a candle in the night. And so it's love like Corey's that is joining us to save our country, that's going to heal our country, and that is going to reunite our country as one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So what our opponents have never understood is that this movement has never been about me. It's always been about you. It's been about a lot of people, millions and millions of people, the biggest ever in the history of this country, maybe anywhere. And everyday people who are the heart and soul of our country. They love our movement. They love our country, and they know they're doing right. Your hopes are my hopes. Your dreams are my dreams, and your future is what I am fighting for every single day. And now I have a great companion in J.D. Vance. How good was he the other night? How good? He was great. He was great. But from the very beginning of this journey, I've been on a mission to rescue our country from a failed and very corrupt political establishment, very corrupt. We have to change it. We have to change it. We need also a very free and open press, and to give it back to the country you believe in and I believe in. It's a country that we were born in, and the country that you deserve. You deserve this. In that mission, I will never quit. I will never bend. I will never break. I will never yield, not even in the face of death itself. And I believe that every citizen deserves an America with a grand, very, very grand ambition, great opportunities, and limitless. We just want limitless potential. We want an America where you can get ahead and be proud of life and provide for your family in a really decent way, where we don't have crime. We have a fabulous military to protect us from evil. Everything has to be the best. We have to have the best schools. We have to have strong borders. We don't want bad people coming in and hurting us. We don't want to have open borders, do we? You deserve a government that protects and respects its own citizens, that defends your sovereignty, your security, and your dignity and your freedom. You deserve a nation that builds things, again, makes things better, that aims for the stars once more, and that once again commands respect. And we want to get respect like we had it 4 years ago. The entire world respected us. They respected us. They respected us more than they've ever respected us. And now they laugh at us. We can't have them laugh at us, can we? Above all, you deserve leadership in Washington that does not answer to the lobbyists, to the bureaucrats, or to the corrupt special interests, but answers only to you, the hardworking citizens of America, of which there are a lot of them. We have a lot of them. We have a lot of them. Over the past 8 years, those who want to stop us from achieving this future have slandered me, impeached me, indicted me, tried to throw me off the ballot, and who knows, maybe even tried to kill me. But I've never stopped fighting for you, and I never will. Never will. Never going to stop. Thank you. Thank you. And in turn, you have always stood with me. You have always stood with me, no matter what. You saw what was going on. You saw the hoaxes and the scams. You saw everything that went on. We are a team. We're a great team, I think. We're probably the best team ever in the history of our country, if you really think about it. We've fought together. We have endured together. We have pushed onward together. And right here in Pennsylvania, we have bled together. We've bled. We've had 3 people that really got hit hard. 2 of them made it. Great doctors, great doctors. They weren't supposed to make it. I wasn't supposed to make it. People said, my great doctor at Butler said, "Sir, you're the luckiest man alive. This would be a good time for you to go out and buy a lottery ticket." I've never seen anything like. I almost went out and bought a lottery ticket. I'll take it. And 31 days from now, here in this great Commonwealth, and all across our land, we are going to win together. We are going to vote together. We're going to win the greatest election in the history of our country, maybe the greatest election all time. After we all have been through all of this together, nobody's gone through what we've gone through. Nobody. Because I go through it, you're going through it too. But there's never been anything like this. You know, I always say there's an enemy from within and there's an outside enemy. And if you're smart, the outside enemy is not going to be a problem. Russia, China, North Korea, we're not going to have a problem if you have a smart president. If you have not such a smart president, then it's a problem. But we have an enemy from within, which I think is much more dangerous than the outside enemy. We stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in the history of our country. We can make these the 4 greatest years. We'll turn it around so fast that your head will spin. With victory on November 5th, we are going to redeem America's promise and unlock the extraordinary future that is just within our reach. It is now within our reach. Think of it, 1 month from today, 1 month. We got to get there. We got to get there. They'll drop all sorts of bombs. They'll be hitting you, JD. They'll be hitting me. These people, they'll hit and hit. But I think we've almost become immune to it, haven't we? We've become immune to it. You got a little dose of it, a couple of little doses. No, that's the only way. That's the only way they can even think about winning, with open borders. Who wants open borders? Who wants men playing in women's sports? Who wants sex change operations for illegal aliens in holding bins? No, I don't think so. We will begin a new era of soaring income, skyrocketing wealth, millions and millions of new jobs, and a booming middle class. We're going to boom like we've never boomed before. And we're going to unleash a manufacturing renaissance right here in Pennsylvania, including fracking like we've never fracked before. We're going to frack, frack, frack. You know, our opponent said, there'll be no fracking, no fracking. We'll never frack. We'll never frack. Then she started seeing poll numbers, by the way. And by the way, speaking of poll numbers, do you mind if I mention poll numbers? Because I only mention them when they're good. I never mention it. But one that's hit me really amazingly, Rasmussen, very highly respected poll, JD, it just came out. I don't think you heard this one, but this is a shocker. You know, they always say the Democrats will win the Hispanic vote, but we've been creeping up rather rapidly. And Rasmussen is one of the most respected polls. I mean, Republicans would get 4, 5, 6, 9, 10%. They just came out with a poll, 62% for Trump. Think of that. Look at that. And 34% for Kamala. I don't usually use her last name because nobody knows who I'm talking about. I go, Harris, Harris. They say, who's Harris? It's happening all the time. Who's Harris? And we can't find out who she is because if we do, our country is going to be in big trouble. We will live in a very beautiful city or town that are safe and clean with borders that are sealed and secure. And again, we want people to come into our country. We all want that. We need that. But you know what? We want them to come in legally. They're going to come in legally and love for our country. And America will once again be strong and confident and free. And we're going to have that. We're going to have it strong, confident, and free. That's why I'm here today. You know, I could right now be having a beautiful life. I don't have to be here. I could be on a gorgeous beach someplace. I have such nice property. I could be in Monte Carlo as an example, but I'd rather be in Butler with you. I would rather. I'd rather be in Butler. And I think JD would rather be in Butler, JD. No, I'd rather be here because we're doing something. You know, they got a lot of rich guys that go, nobody cares about them. I had one about a month ago, very, very rich guy, and he called me up. He said, President, I've known him for a long time. I don't say how long because I don't want my wife to hear that number. It's a long time. But he's very successful, and he said to me, sir, could you do me a favor? The guy's worth billions of dollars. He said, could you do me a favor? I can't get into a restaurant. Do you think you could call them to get me in? And I said, what the hell is the good of being rich if you can't get into a restaurant, right? And I called the maitre d'. Hi, I'm a little embarrassed. Hi, this is Donald Trump. I recognize your voice. So would you do me a favor? A friend of mine is online about a mile back. This is a very successful restaurant. And he's got his wife. I described the wife. Could you possibly go get them? Could you go get them and bring them in? And he did. And my friend called me up the next day. He said, thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, doctor, please. Doctor in the house. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, doctor. Yeah, thank you. Take your time, doctor, please. We got plenty of time, right? We got a lot of time. You doing okay? Take your time. We've got to protect our people, right? Take your time. All right, doctor, go ahead. That's all right. That's all right. People come out 2-3 days ago, and then they get it's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. We appreciate. Everybody appreciates it. Yep. Take your time. That's great. That's great. Do we have the greatest people in the world? We have the greatest people in the world. First responders, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Doctor. Great job. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Fellas, thank you. First responders, thank you very much. People are here for a long time, and we appreciate it very much. And so sometimes that happens. A lot of times that happens, actually. But she'll be great. You watch. So 12 weeks ago, we all took a bullet for America, and all we are all asking is that everyone goes out and votes. We got to win. We can't let this happen to our country. We can't take another 4 years like this. We won't have a country left. We're not going to have a country left. And all of this will be for nothing if you don't get out and vote. It will all be for nothing. We will have talked about it, and if we do it, it'll be the greatest achievement, I think, in the history of politics for all of us for this age, because we're going to change our country around and fast. We're going to do things that nobody thought were possible. We're going to do them fast. So Pennsylvania, it's time to stand up for America and a time to save our country. This is really about saving our country. It's never been like this. When you look at the crime, look at the crime. Look at the people that are coming in, murderers. 13,099 murderers let in over the last short period of time. Murderers that have been released from penitentiaries, prisons, jails, released into our country. Crime rates all over the world are down. They're taking their gang members and their criminals. They're taking their people in jail and they're releasing them into our country. We can't have it. You know, we just can't have it. How do you get more simple than that? They're releasing murderers. They're releasing drug dealers. They're releasing gang members and criminals, human traffickers. Mostly they traffic in women. And they're releasing them all into our country, and they're emptying their jails, and their crime rates in Venezuela are way down because, you know, but it's not only in South America, it's all over the world, in Africa, the Congo. A lot of people coming out of the Congo in Africa. They're coming out from Asia. They're coming out from the Middle East, Yemen. They're coming out from Yemen. A lot of people coming out of Yemen. And they're known terrorists, and they just release them into our country from countries unknown also. They know nothing about the people. Oh, go right in. These people are crazy. And we have to win. We'll stop it immediately, and it will be a big deportation. We're going to deport these people. We're going to get them out of our country immediately, or we won't have a country. And if we win Pennsylvania, we will win the whole thing. The whole thing will be won. So for the sake of our families, for the sake of our children, we will keep on going. And as the expression goes, I mean, I'm a little embarrassed to say it, to be honest with you, but I'm going to say it because a lot of people do say it. We will fight, fight, fight. We're going to fight for our country. We're going to fight for our country. And together we will save this country. We will restore the republic, and America's future will be bigger, better, bolder, brighter, happier, stronger, freer and greater, and more united than ever before. Our country will be united. You'll watch. You'll watch. You know, we had the most successful country ever, maybe in the world during my term. We had the greatest economy that we've ever had. And you know what was happening? We were uniting. The other side, radical left people were coming over. They wanted to meet. They were coming over. Women, men. If you look at population, our black population, our Hispanic population, our Asian population, everybody was doing better. People that went to the best schools and best colleges in the world got the highest marks, and people that couldn't get a high school degree, everybody was doing better. And our country was coming together. And then we got hit with COVID, a gift from China. Some people would call it the China virus. And we did a great job on that, too. We did a great job. But the world was disturbed. $60 trillion in damage worldwide. Millions and millions of tens of millions of people killed. And we still, during this 4-year period, we had the greatest economy, one of the great countries of the world. And we left with a stock market that was higher than it was just prior to COVID coming in. So what we did was something really incredible. But we had the greatest, most successful country ever. We had the greatest economy in our history, and we're going to do it again, and maybe even better. We learned a lot. We learned a lot about people and about doing things and what works and what doesn't work, and we're going to do it, and it's going to be quick. It's going to be quick. And we're going to have safe cities, and we're going to have great cities again. And we're going to have a capital in Washington, D.C., which is right now crime-ridden. You leave from the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, you go drive down to Washington, D.C., and you drive down and you end up getting murdered. You end up getting hurt. You get mugged. We are going to straighten out Washington, D.C. We're going to make it again the most beautiful capital in the world. We're not going to have graffiti. We're not going to have graffiti on our marble columns. We're not going to have roads that have potholes all over them and medians that are falling into the highways. We're going to run it properly. We're going to change it. We're going to run it properly. It's an embarrassment to us. Can you imagine foreign leaders coming in and running over roads that haven't been paved in years? We're honored to be joined tonight by one of the people who is going to help us build this incredible future. And he is a truly incredible guy. And I don't say that often. He's a great gentleman. He's done such an unbelievable job for North Carolina, for Georgia, for Alabama, for Florida, for Tennessee. His name is Elon Musk. He saved free speech. He created so many different great things. Where is he? Come on up here, Elon. He created the first major American car company in generations, and his rocket company is the only reason we can now send American astronauts into space. Come here. Take over, Elon. Yes, take over.
Hi, everyone. As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA. Well, first of all, I want to say what an honor it is to be here. And, you know, the true test of someone's character is how they behave under fire. And we had one president who couldn't climb a flight of stairs, and another who was fist pumping after getting shot. Fight, fight, fight. Blood coming down the face. Now, America is the home of the brave. And there's no truer test than courage under fire. So who do you want representing America? Yeah, absolutely. And I think this election, I think it's the most important election of our lifetime. This is no ordinary election. The other side wants to take away your freedom of speech. They want to take away your right to bear arms. They want to. They want to take away your right to vote effectively. You got 14 states now that don't require voter ID. California, where I used to live, is just passed a law banning voter ID for voting. I still can't believe that's real. So how are you supposed to have a proper election if there's no ID? It's just meaningless. And free speech is the bedrock of democracy. And if people don't know what's going on, if they don't know the truth, how can you make an informed vote? You must have free speech in order to have democracy. That's why it's the First Amendment. And the Second Amendment is there to ensure that we have the First Amendment. President Trump must win to preserve the Constitution. He must win to preserve democracy in America. Yes. This is a must-win situation. Must win. So I have one ask for everyone in the audience, everyone who watches this video, everyone in the live stream. There's one request. It's very important. Register to vote. Okay, and get everyone you know and everyone you don't know, drag them to register to vote. There's only 2 days left to register to vote in Georgia, Arizona, 48 hours. Like, text people now. Now. Oh, and then make sure they actually do vote. If they don't, this will be the last election. That's my prediction. Nothing's more important. Nothing's more important. So get everyone you know. Everyone. So speaking to people out there, everyone in the crowd, I think, is already convinced. But for people out there that are watching the video, watching the live stream, you need to get everyone you know, at work, your friends, family, text groups, your social media, everything. Get them to register to vote right now. Only 2 days left for Georgia and Arizona. Only a couple weeks left in Pennsylvania. And if they're not registered to vote, it doesn't matter at that point. Register to vote. I'm being repetitive for a reason, okay? So nothing is more important. And a lot of people think maybe their vote doesn't count. Well, it does, okay? It does. It matters. And this election could be decided by 1,000 votes, 500 votes. A tiny margin. So get everyone you know to register to vote. I believe it's swapthevote.com. I believe that's the site. And double check that your registration is good. Don't take it for granted. I'm just repetitive about this point because it is the one takeaway more than anything that will matter is getting those registrations and then getting everyone you know to actually vote. That is what will decide this election, especially in Pennsylvania. So thank you, and honestly, you want to just be a pest, just be a pest to everyone you know, people on the street, everywhere. Vote, vote, vote. Fight, fight, fight. Vote, vote, vote. Thank you.
What a great guy. And he'd rather be making rocket ships because he'd really rather do that. Nobody better. I think he's got 90% of the rockets that go up. But Elon, thank you very much. Incredible. Incredible. What he says is true. What he says is true. You know, we're all having fun here tonight. But if we don't register and if we don't vote, we're just going to look upon this as another sort of nice day in our life. But it won't even be a nice day. We're going to look back and we're going to say, wow, it's a lot of time, a lot of effort. We got to win. If we don't win, it's, as he said, it's just not important. We have to save our country. So you have to get out and vote. You got to get out and vote. You got to get your friends and vote because, you know, they play a lot of tricks, this particular other side. Elon's a very nice guy. He doesn't want to say it, but they play a lot of tricks. We can't let it happen. We can't let it happen again. We can't let it happen. And one thing, they showed us how bad they are. They showed us how bad a job they do. So that's one thing we got from this 4 years. They've done the worst job. It's the worst president in the history of our country. It's the worst vice president in the history of our country. And if you watched over the last couple of days, they are doing, this is a Katrina for them. This is one of the worst. They say it's the worst job ever done on helping people through the ravages of a hurricane. And they're watching, she's out there campaigning in San Francisco, a place that she ruined. Okay, she ruined San Francisco. She ruined, think of this, she ruined San Francisco. She was the worst DA, and she ruined the state of California, and now she wants to ruin the United States of America. We can't let her do it. So I called Elon to tell him that they needed Starlink as an example. They couldn't get Starlink. I didn't know what Starlink was, I must tell you. Elon, I'm so embarrassed. I didn't know what the hell Starlink was. That's he loves Starlink. He can tell you every little screw that's needed, every wire. Me, I didn't know. But when I was in North Carolina and Georgia just the other day, yesterday to be exact, but they were saying we have tremendous communications, especially in North Carolina, and we have tremendous problems. We have no communication. The poles were ripped down. The wires were underwater. Houses were destroyed. possibly 1,000 people, maybe more, will be, there's 600 people missing. Missing is not good because you know what missing means generally. That's really bad. And they had no communication. They had literally no communication with, they called it the mainland because the water was so crazy. It was like they were in the middle of a lake and they'd never seen anything like it. And they said, do you know somebody named Elon Musk? I said, yeah, I happen to know him a little bit. He just endorsed me, actually. Although he endorsed me a long time ago, but he still, to me, every day is a good endorsement from Elon. Nobody's smarter than Elon. And they said, could you do us a favor? Could you help us? We're trying to get Starlink, and it's very hard to get. Most people say you can't even get it. I called up Elon. I said, North Carolina's in big trouble. Georgia's in big trouble. They need communication. They have none because their poles have been knocked down and their wires are underwater and even dangerously underwater, but they have no communication. Elon, could you do something about Starlink, whatever the hell that is, Elon? Whatever Starlink, that's all they want to hear is Starlink. And an amazing thing happened. I got a call from one of the top people in North Carolina. I got a call from another great person in Georgia. And I wasn't finished with my phone call yet. And they got word that Starlink would be delivered to the States. I said, no. And I said, what the hell is he? What kind of a system is that? Normally you'd have to hang up and he'd go and call people. He did it during the phone call. What kind of a system do you have? That's why he's a very advanced, he is a very advanced person. But I want to thank you, Elon, because I got it. And I said, how does it work? 2 days later, how does it work? They said, much better than the wires. So now I'm saying, why the hell aren't they? You're going to come out very well anyway. And he also said, you don't have to pay me. You pay me someday when you get the money back. You don't have to pay me. He wanted nothing. He's a great guy. Thank you, Elon, for being here. Thank you very much. Great honor. Great honor. Thank you, Elon. And that's heartfelt. I can't even see the end. That's a lot of people here today. We're also joined by a great gentleman, a top, brilliant student. He went to a tremendous college and he graduated like right at the top of his class. In 2 years, I didn't know you could do that. It's 4-year college. Then he went to the military. Then he came out and he did fantastically inside the military. Then he came out. He went to Yale. Without the benefit of family ties. You know what that means, right? Without the benefit. That's pretty good without family ties. I don't know too many of those people. They had no family ties. He got in. He can't get in. And he graduated along with his wife. They're not going to have any problems with your kids academically, I can tell you. His wife and him were like the top students in the class. But he went to Yale Law School and then he went out into the private sector, did great. Then he ran for the Senate and he did fantastically. He won. And he's like a rocket ship. He's like one of Elon's rocket ships, the way his career is going. But you see why, because he's a really brilliant guy. And you saw that the other night in the debate, right? You saw that the other night in the debate. You know the expression they have? If that were a fight, they would have stopped it, right? So I just want to thank JD. I was always confident in that pick. And we had great people too, JD. We have every one of those guys were great. Every one of them would have done a great job. It was amazing. But we appreciate the job you're doing. And he's also very energetic. And he'll go on anywhere. He'll go on MSDNC. I say, oh, he's on that. He'll go on CNN. It's like he has no problem. He swats them like this. He has no problem. No, it's true. Other people say, sir, I'd rather not do that one. I'd rather not do that one, sir. I'd rather not do them because they are, very, with him, he doesn't care. He says, they're not going to outsmart me. So I want to thank JD. You've done a great job. Thank you very much. Amazing. Great. We have a lot of senators and a lot of people from Congress. I'm going to introduce a few of them that are really outstanding. And they are warriors and they're great patriots. Senator Eric Schmidt. Where's Eric Schmidt? He's around here someplace. Nice, tall, handsome guy. Thank you, Eric. What a great job you've done. He helps us so much with the Senate, and we've got a great Senate. We have to get a couple of more senators elected. I think it's going to happen too. I think it's going to happen. We have members of Congress here. Dan Muser. Dan, where's Dan? Great job. Real warrior. These are warriors. Guy Reschenthaler. That's the hardest name in the Senate to pronounce, but I've learned how to pronounce it. Guy, thank you very much. Great. Where's Guy? Guy, thank you very much, Guy. Glenn G.T. Thompson. Fantastic guy. Thanks, Glenn. Great job. John Joyce. Thank you, John. Great. Corey Mills. He's out there fighting too. He's out there. He is out there in North Carolina, Georgia. He's out there helping people. Mike Waltz, who's a tremendous national security asset. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Okay, and a man who was my doctor. I got to know him as a doctor in the White House, right? And then before that, he was actually an admiral, and then he went to the White House. He was a great admiral. He was a great doctor. And I love him for one reason. They asked him in the White House, the press, the fake news media said, who is the most? He was the doctor for Obama, Bush, and Trump. That's pretty good, right? White House doctor for the three of us. He said, the press, who is the healthiest of the three? He said, definitely it's Donald Trump. There's not even a contest. And I love that guy. When he said that, JD, when he said that, I said, I like this guy. So then he said, you know, sir, he was leaving the White House. He said, you know, I'd love to run for Congress. And he ran against 28 people. They were all running for the Republican primary because whoever won that primary is going to win. I think it's a Trump plus 48. Whoever wins gets 48 point start. And not only did he win, he won easily. And now he's one of the most popular people in Congress and one of the most talented, maybe more importantly. Ronnie Jackson. Ronnie. Where's Ronnie? Where is you? Okay. Thank you, Ronnie. And you got a lot of talent surrounding you there. I think it's very important also. We're here for a reason, and that's to win and to honor Corey. But Corey wants us to win too. And there's a man in the audience that's been very much a career path, a little bit like JD, great student, great talented student, and fantastic in the military. Then went out to be a tremendous success, one of the most successful people on Wall Street, actually. And he's tough and he's smart, and he's going to make sure you always have fracking in Pennsylvania. And he's going to make sure you have many other things other than fracking. You have a senator that now does nothing. He does nothing. And he doesn't fight for you. He votes with Biden, if you can believe it, like 100% of the time. But this guy, and you know, we're lucky that he does it. I don't know. He might not have done it if he had it to do again. I don't know. But I think he's just one of the most outstanding people anywhere in the country to run for office. And we're lucky that he's doing it, and he's got a real shot. He's doing very well in the polls. It's hard to beat somebody that's been there a long time, but this is somebody that's been there a long time and did nothing. He did nothing. And his name is David McCormick, and he's great, and I hope he's going to be your next senator. And I see somebody else I didn't know he was here. Mike Kelly. I see Mike Kelly. Stand up. Oh, boy, am I lucky. Am I lucky I spotted him? If I didn't spot you, I was in big trouble, right? This is a man who's beloved in this state, and he's fantastic. So thank you, Mike. Thank you. We also have some terrific people from law enforcement. Butler County Sheriff Mike Sloop. Thank you, Mike. Great job. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for your help, too. I could tell you. Thank you for your help. I can say that. Thank you very much. Butler County Commissioner Leslie Oshie. Leslie, thank you. Thank you, Leslie. Great job. RNC Chairman Michael Whatley. This guy is doing a great job. He's doing great. Came from North Carolina. We won North Carolina. He kept their cheating down to a minimum, and we were able to win it. And we were solid all night long. And He's great, but if we don't have good results by the 6th of November, I will never say that about him again. No, he's a great guy. He's working very hard. 24 hours a day he's working. I know that. And he's working mostly on stop the steal because we have a lot of votes. We have plenty of votes. Stop the steal. That's why you've got to get out. You've got to get out and vote. We're going to win this thing. And the more we win it, it's too big to rig. The expression we use, make it too big to rig. At a certain point, Elon would understand this better than anybody statistically. At a certain point, their cheating doesn't matter. And we want to make it too big to rig. And we also have somebody that's very special, the co-chair of the Republican Party, Lara Trump. Thank you. Lara, thanks. And, oftentimes with families, they say, oh, why did you put that one in or this one in and all the different people? So many people have problems with that. In her case, everyone said, how the hell did you get her to do it? She has been unbelievable. So thank you very much. Comes from North Carolina, and I have a feeling she's going to be spending some time down there a little bit. And she's married to my wonderful son, Eric, who's right here. So Eric, please stand up. He's a great guy. Eric has a distinction. He has gotten more subpoenas than any man in the history of our country by about 10 times. Every day Congress would meet, they'd send him a subpoena. What is it about? They have no idea. But I think he's got the all-time record, and he's handled it all beautifully. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. A friend of mine, a great, great businessman, one of the most respected people, and he made a big, big contribution yesterday to Georgia and a big contribution to North Carolina. Steve Witkoff is here. Hi, Steve. Thanks. And another man who's one of the greatest businessmen in the country, he actually said that if Trump doesn't win, this country is going to go into a massive depression. Well, I don't know about that, but he has been a very good predictor, I will say that. And truly one of the greats, one of the great pickers, picker meaning stocks. He knows what he's doing and highly respected by everybody. John Paulson. Thank you, John. Great. Great guy. Now, we have so many others, and I won't do it because we have to really get out of here before it gets too cold for people. But I love it much better because there's one teleprompter. Not that I use the teleprompters too much. Isn't it nice to have a president that doesn't need a teleprompter? No, we don't. We don't need it. But this one was right smack in the sun. Great job back there, fellas. They said the teleprompters are working fine. Well, thank goodness. Did you see what happened the other day with the teleprompter with her? That was not a pretty sight. The teleprompter went off and she went off too. She didn't know what the hell happened. And teleprompters are very dangerous because they go off a lot. You have to be prepared for them to go off cold blank. You'll have 100,000 people. You have 75,000 people. You have this. And if the teleprompter goes off, you got to be able to move. She did not move well. This was not a good situation. But 3 more heroes from July 13th who rendered first aid to Corey incredibly. Dr. Jim Sweetland. Rico Elmore, who was unbelievable. Rico, you were unbelievable. He ran over, National Guard. He ran over and grabbed Corey, and Corey was still living, and he was doing mouth-to-mouth resuscitation on a man who was really in bad shape like nobody's ever seen, and his family appreciates it, and I do too. So thank you, Rico, very much. Right? Amazing, amazing, amazing the people that we have. And you learn about them under times like this. That's when you really learn. So we're going to be seeing Rico again. And Ed Shear, fantastic job. Thank you, Ed. We appreciate it. Thank you, Ed. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ed. Great job. In addition, this evening, we have to send our prayers and support to all the families affected by Hurricane Helene. This has been the worst hurricane response by a president and vice president since Katrina, and this is simply not acceptable. Those people, I was there yesterday with North Carolina and Georgia, and I'll tell you. And by the way, the governor of Georgia is doing an excellent job, excellent job. But we have other people that aren't doing a good job, and we have to have them do a good job. But the federal government is doing a very bad job. They are not doing the job, and we have death and destruction that we haven't seen maybe ever. It's a real bad one, and they have to get people there because they don't have people there. They don't have the people. Kamala wined and dined in San Francisco, and all of the people in North Carolina, no helicopters, no rescue. It's just what's happened there is very bad. They're offering them $750 to people whose homes have been washed away. And yet we send tens of billions of dollars to foreign countries that most people have never heard of. They're offering them $750. They've been destroyed. These people have been destroyed. The one young lady washed, you saw that with her son. I mean, pretty, I wish I never saw it, but just washed away. His son was washed away with the grandparents, and so sad. And they're giving them $750. And think of it, we give foreign countries hundreds of billions of dollars, and we're handing North Carolina $750. If you want a president who won't even try to save you when the floodwaters are rising, vote for Kamala. She's not the right person. Look, you know what? If they did a good job, I wouldn't have run. To be honest with you, I didn't need to do this. I didn't need to. If I thought they were doing an even modestly good job, I wouldn't have run. But I saw right from the beginning, grossly incompetent, and I was right about that. And I decided to run, and we're doing really well. I was telling you about polls. We're way up in some polls. We're up in other polls. And with the swing states, I think most of them have us up in every single swing state, including the great commonwealth of a place called Pennsylvania. And don't ever not call it a commonwealth, because I've seen people call it a state, and that's the end of them. That's practically the end of their political career. You got to be very careful with Pennsylvania. It's that commonwealth. I haven't made that mistake. I don't want to either. It was not a pretty picture. If you want a president who will stop at nothing to protect you and your family, I hope you're going to vote for a gentleman named Donald J. Trump. Have you heard of him? Together we will rebuild Western North Carolina, rural Georgia, and every other state that's been so badly affected. That includes Alabama. Virginia was very hit hard. South Carolina was hit very hard. Florida. So many states. Tennessee was hit really hard. They were all hit, and we're going to work with them. And, the next president is going to be the one that really, once they got to get this done. But once that happens, the next president is going to be the one that has to really help them. And JD will be there to help them. I know that. 2024 is the most important election in the history of our country. And here are the facts. My opponent, Kamala Harris, is the most incompetent and far-left nominee ever to run for president. You know, she's much further left than crazy Bernie Sanders. You know that. She wants to open borders. She took the most secure border in U.S. history and turned it into the worst border in the history of the world. Remember, she was appointed border czar. She says she wasn't now after 3 years, but she was. But whether she was or not, she was in charge of the border. And the other day I saw her get up and say, we will do this, we will do that. Why didn't they do it 4 years ago? Why didn't they do it? The damage is so bad, and so it's been done. She let in 21 million illegal aliens from all over the world, from prisons and jails and mental institutions and insane asylums, and they're terrorists at record levels, at levels we've never seen before. She cost you $29,000 a family through inflation price hikes. And now she wants a larger tax hike, and she wants to go the largest tax hike in American history. There's never been a tax hike like what she's proposing. She's going to raise your taxes a minimum of $3,000. She's a big taxer. And she was the original creator of Defund the Police. I think for all the sheriffs over here, if you're a partner in Defund the Police for even 2 days, you cannot be president. But she was one of the founders of Defund the Police, and she still believes that, by the way. I don't know how anybody could, but she still believes that. And if she ever had a chance, there's a good possibility she'd go back to it. Can you imagine? Somebody's robbing our house. Well, there's nothing we can do about it. That's what they say there's nothing. You know, they tried it. And you know where they tried it? In Minnesota with our vice president. And it wasn't working out too well. It was working out very well for the robbers and the criminals. That's the only one it was working out well for. Kamala Harris vowed to abolish ICE. She wants mass amnesty and citizenship for illegals. And worst of all, she lost. And this is maybe the worst thing in the whole that nobody talks. The fake news won't mention it. She lost more than 325,000 migrant children that are now dead in slavery or just plain missing, probably never to be seen again, never to see their parents again. But this isn't like, this is 325,000 have been lost. She praised the idea of a 70% to an 80% tax rate. She imposed a natural gas export ban on Pennsylvania, which is killing your energy workers and your pricing. You know, you have one of the highest energy costs in the country, and yet you're sitting on top of a massive amount of energy that she doesn't want to get. It's been a disaster for your state, and now she's vowed repeatedly. Now, all of a sudden, she changed her mind. But when, you know, with politicians, it's always the first statement that comes out to be the one they want. So she spent 14 years knocking fracking. We're never going to have fracking. We're not going to frack. All of a sudden, a little while ago, she came out, I love fracking very much. No, she'll go back to it. And she even endorsed free sex changes for illegal aliens in detention at taxpayer expense. I don't think Elon likes that idea. These are not ideas that Elon Musk likes too much. And it was just announced yesterday in California, and he took this one from me. I'm so upset. But think of it, that the far less than average governor, Gavin Newsom, has banned any and all ID requirements from voting and registering to vote. You're not even allowed to mention the fact, Elon, you're not allowed to mention the fact. You can't say, may I see your ID? If you do, it's a criminal act. This is a takeover of the country. You're not allowed to ask for an ID. If you do, it's a criminal count. Other Democrat states are following. This is only so they can cheat. There's only one thing that you do this for, so that you can cheat on elections. There's no other conceivable reason. Kamala Harris is a radical left Marxist. She is a woman that's not respected in Congress. She was laughed at Congress. Nobody thought she could win. You know, they did a coup. Whether you like him or not, I'm not a particularly big fan, but we had a debate, and the debate ended, and all of a sudden they come to him and they say, we want you out. You're not going to win the election. And he said, I don't want to get out. He got 14 million votes. If you believe in democracy or a system, he got 14 million votes. And she got none. She was the first one out, 22 candidates, and she never made it to Iowa. She quit before Iowa, and now she's running, and that's okay. But, you know, we spent $150 million beating Biden, and as soon as he was down and out for the count, they said, let's take him out. We'll give somebody else to run. Never happened before. We do a lot of firsts, I will tell you. We do a lot of firsts. But she's a person that rated even worse in every statistic than any other senator. She was rated at the bottom of the U.S. Senate. She's destroyed everything she touched, but the good news is that we have a plan to fix it. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it fast. Nobody is going to stand for open borders. Nobody is going to stand for a bad military. Nobody is going to stand for education that's not proper. We're moving education back to the states. You're going to be running your own education. So we have, you know, in education, so important is what's more important than education, but we rank at the bottom of every list. They rank 40 major countries. We're at the bottom, but we're top of the list as the cost per pupil. We spend more per pupil, per student, than any other country anywhere in the world. So we're number one in that, and we're number 38, 39, or 40 every single time. And you have Denmark, you have Sweden, you have Norway, you have China. It's always a top five. Can you believe it? China is a top five. That's amazing. But we're going to move our education back to the states. So places like Indiana and Iowa and Idaho and states that you don't even hear too much of because they're so good and so well run. They're going to run their own education. And you know what's going to come out of that? A Denmark, a Norway, a Sweden, maybe, I don't even know, China. Can you imagine China with 1.4 billion people is a top 5, and we're close to 40. We are 40 sometimes. Starting on day 1, I will seal the border and stop the migrant invasion into our country. We will begin the largest deportation operation in the history of the United States. Dwight Eisenhower right now has that record. It's not, and by the way, it's not something I want to do. I dread having to do it, but we have no choice. What they've done to our country is not even believable, especially the criminals, the criminal element that's in our country. And again, all over the world, crime rates are down because they've taken their criminals and they've dumped them into the United States. And you know what? I would have been worse than them. I would have had it done even faster. They've dumped them into the United States of America, and that's what we have. And it's dangerous out there. We're getting them out. We're getting them out quickly. And we will defeat inflation, and we will make America affordable again. And it's going to start with liquid gold. We have more liquid gold, oil, and gas under our feet than any nation in the world, including Saudi Arabia and Russia. We will become energy independent like we were just 4 years ago. You know, 4 years ago, we were energy independent. Can you believe it? And then we were going to become energy dominant. We will be dominant within a matter of months, and we will make so much money. We are going to drill, baby, drill. And we will again open Anwar. Ronald Reagan tried to do it. Every single president from before Reagan tried to do it, and I got it done. Anwar is the largest drilling site anywhere in the world. It could be larger than Saudi Arabia, could be larger than Russia. It's in Alaska. And I got it done, and we worked to get it done. And one of the first things he did was terminate Anwar. And that was going to take care of all of Asia. That was going to make us so much money. We would have paid off debt. You would have gotten, I gave you the biggest tax reduction in history. You would have gotten even a bigger one. You were going to be just very happy. You were going to say, I like that guy very much. 20 million Americans are behind on their electric bills right now. It was just announced. 20 million Americans, they're struggling to pay their monthly bills at a record rate. There's never been anything like it. And it's all because of their anti-U.S. energy regime, which has caused Pennsylvania electricity prices to raise almost 50%. We will cut energy and electricity prices in half within 12 months. We will have your energy prices, your air conditioning, heating, cars if you buy a Tesla, which is good. It's good. We will have your energy prices cut in half. It'll be cut in half within a period of 1 year from January 20th, which is the day we take office. And that's going to save you a lot of money. And that's going to, in turn, bring down the prices of everything. Because, you know, more than anything else, people tell me about the groceries. The groceries are groceries. They use the, and what they're talking about is food. Everything's going to be coming down when we do that. We're also going to get your interest rates way down. We will bring automobile manufacturing back to the United States at levels never seen before, and we will turn the United States into a manufacturing superpower again. It hasn't been there in many, many years. We had it started 4 years ago. The centerpiece of my plan for a manufacturing renaissance will be a 15% made in America corporate tax rate. In other words, if you make your product in the United States, you get a rate. So I cut it from 39% to 21%. Everyone said that was impossible. I got it done, and we had the best boom we've ever had. We did more revenue when we had it at 21 than when it was at 39. Think of it, much more. The following year, we did much more. And then I'm going to take it from 21 to 15, which will make us the most competitive country in the world. Nobody will be able to compete with us. But that 15 rate only goes for those who make their product in America. They have to make the product here. Otherwise, they pay 21. And we will protect those companies moving into America and all of our existing companies with stiff tariffs placed on companies that don't move in. If they don't come in, if they don't want to make their product here, that's fine, but they're going to be tariffed. We have to protect our companies, and that's what we're going to do. The only way they can get out of paying those tariffs is to build their plants and factories in America. We may even be able to get Elon to build some of them. I think we will. And hire American workers for the job. We're going to hire American workers for the job. We will pass the Reciprocal Trade Act. If China or any other country charges us 100 or 200% tax, then we will likewise charge them a 100 or 200% tax. We had a lot of problems on that one with the Senate, and we're going to get that done. Think of it. They charge us, and we don't charge them. Now they charge us. We're going to charge them the same thing. Reciprocal. It's reciprocal. I will not let Mexico, China, or any other country sell cars into the United States to the detriment of our auto workers who will do better than they have ever done. We're going to bring back the car business like it was 50, 60, and 70 years ago. Everyone's going to want to be back here. And I will not approve Japan buying U.S. Steel 70 years ago, the greatest company anywhere in the world. It was the greatest company anywhere in the world, and now we have Japan buying U.S. Steel. I don't like that. We will deliver massive tax cuts for workers, and we will have a policy that I think is so great. No tax on tips. No tax on overtime. And no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. No tax. And you know, when you think of it, our seniors were hurt so badly. Inflation has killed our seniors. You know, they have a fixed income and it just got worse and worse every week, every month. It's gotten worse and worse, and it's just horrible. And they haven't gone down. They've only gone up. Prices have still only gone up. And while working Americans catch up, we're going to put a temporary cap on the credit card interest rates at 10%. People are paying 28% interest, 25% interest. I will always protect Social Security and Medicare with no cuts. We're not going to do anything with Social Security, but they're going to destroy Social Security because all of the migrants coming in are going on between Medicare, Social Security, other programs, and nobody is able to afford it. I will settle the war in Ukraine. I will end the chaos in the Middle East, and I will prevent, I promise you, World War III. We're not going to have World War III. And right now, we're very close to having it. We will lead the world in space exploration. Thank you, Elon. We will lead the world in military, and we will reach Mars before the end of my term. Elon promised me he was going to do that. I don't know. Can you do that? Stand up. Can we do that? He wants to reach it. I think he's going to do it. JD, work on him. Work on him. Work on him. JD is working on Elon. Now, he told me that we're going to win, and he's going to reach Mars by the end of our term, which is a big thing. Before China, before anybody, right? And my money's on that guy right there. We will rebuild our cities, including Washington, D.C., making them safe, clean, and beautiful again. And we will keep the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency. It's losing right now. It's losing right now, but I'll be able to do it. Other people won't. I'll tell these countries as they leave us I say, you want to do business in the United States? You're going back into the reserve currency. And if you don't, we're going to charge you a big, fat, beautiful tax to do business in the United States. And they're going to say, I would love very much to go back into the U.S. reserve currency. No, we're going to save it. But these people aren't going to save it. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to think. Together, we will deliver low taxes, low regulations, low energy costs, low interest rates, and low inflation so that everyone can afford groceries, a beautiful car, and a home. Very basic. It's very basic. We will stop the invasion, end migrant crime, strengthen our military, build a missile defense shield around our country, keep critical race theory and transgender insanity. We're going to keep it the hell out of our school. We're going to keep that insanity out of our school. And as I said, we will keep men out of women's sports. So demeaning to women. You saw that in the Olympics, they have female boxing, women's boxing, and a young lady from Italy, very good boxer, very, very good. She was all excited, but she played a person who transitioned. A male transitioned to a female, and the young girl from Italy, beautiful young woman. I'm not allowed to say that anymore politically, but I'll say it. She was a beautiful young woman. If you say that, that's the end of your career, right? But it's not. If it is, so be it, okay? We've got to get back to real life. But this beautiful young lady is out, and she gets, boom, a little jab, left jab. And she goes back, oh, my God, I've never been hit like that. This is just like a defensive. Then he goes, the corner say, you can take her. You can. So they push her out. Boom, another one. And she says, that's enough. I can't do it. I can't take it. I've never seen anything like that. So we had two people that transitioned. Both people, shockingly, won the gold medal in their division. So it's crazy. And if you look at weightlifting contests, they're the best of all. For years and years and years they put an eighth of a pound on one side of the barbell, an eighth of a pound on the other, and they can't do it. And the record standing for 18 years, they just can't do it. And then a guy comes along who never lifted before, and he puts 100 pounds on, and he goes like this, like it's nothing. It's so demeaning to women. We're not going to allow it to happen. It's ending. No men playing in women's sports. And we will defend the Second Amendment, protect religious liberty, restore free speech, and we will secure our elections. Everyone will prosper, every family will thrive, and every day will be filled with opportunity and hope. We need hope. We need the American dream back, don't we? We're going to have the American dream. We're going to have the American dream, so every kid in your family is going to grow up and say, I want to be like Elon Musk. I want to have 200 billion in cash. I'm going to be like Elon Musk. That's the American dream. But for that to happen, we must defeat Kamala Harris, and we must stop her country-destroying, radical left agenda once and for all. We cannot have it happen. So you must get out and you must vote. Here in this incredible Commonwealth, we stand on the shoulders of generations of Pennsylvania patriots who gave everything they could give, every single thing for their rights and for their freedom. Pennsylvania is where our founding fathers declared American independence and sounded the beautiful Liberty Bell. It's where the Army weathered its brutal winter at Valley Forge, where General George Washington led his men on a daring mission across the Delaware, and where generations of tough, strong, beautiful miners and steelworkers put Pennsylvania's spirit into every single thing they did. And from Gettysburg to Germantown and Philadelphia to Barron Hill, and from Brandywine to right here in Butler, this is the place where Pennsylvania patriots poured out their blood with the love of their country. They love their country so much. And so in honor of all those American heroes who came before us, we will press forward. We will push onward, and together we will win, win, win. We're going to win, win, win. Nothing will sway us, nothing will slow us, and no one will ever stop us, no matter what dangers come our way, no matter what obstacles we must face. We will keep striving toward our magnificent American future. We will not fail. We will not allow ourselves to fail. From this day forward, we will always put America first, and we will take back and save the United States. November 5th, Election Day, will be the most important day in the history of our country. And together with the great people of Pennsylvania, we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you, Pennsylvania. God bless you. God bless you, Pennsylvania.
Man, what you just saw there, let's just let that keep playing. What you just saw there was history. We just saw President Trump take the stage at his assassination attempt. where he was shot at just a mere 84 days ago by an attempted assassin. What you saw there was unbelievable. This will go down in American history as one of the most famous speeches ever given. This was not just a MAGA rally. This was a rally cry. This was an address to the nation, a nation that's looking for true leadership. And what you saw there was Elon Musk on stage. This is a movement of builders. This is people who know how to build things, build America, build empires, versus a party hell-bent on destruction, hell-bent on destroying what America is, who Americans are, our ideals, our culture. And what you saw here, I mean, let's play the audio from what's going on at that rally right now. I want to hear the crowd. That was electric. People are dancing. I mean, this is it. Look at that. Look at that. President Trump on stage, taking his time, waving, dancing with the crowd. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen anything like this. Wow. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. President Trump going on for 2 hours on stage, picking up at the classic line, as I was saying, resuming right where he left off, fist bump in the air. We saw a lot of fight going on tonight. There we go. There's the Trump dance. Chat, I want to see those fight emojis again. Let's do it. Let's do it. Look at that. Look at that. Tonight was a message. That's what tonight was. It was a message. It was a message to the destroyers of this country. Trump defiantly taking the stage where he was shot at, honoring those who lost their lives, who gave their lives for others, shielding their loved ones. Corey Compertor, of course. God rest his soul. We pray for his family. There we go. He's hugging the guy who I think is about to give another concert. I think Trump teed that up before. If he does, we'll play it. We'll play it for you guys. Unbelievable. Look at that. Look at that. There were NBC reporters who had to reluctantly and begrudgingly go to this rally tonight, who were forced to tweet, "I've never seen anything like this." They had no idea how to react to this much love for this country, for this movement, for their fellow Americans. They'd never seen this size crowds attending a Trump rally. They said, "I've never seen anything like this." There's a really great picture we'll throw up in a moment of after this rally plays of Elon Musk jumping in the air when Trump called him on stage. That's the picture right there. Let's throw it back to the rally, and we'll show you the picture again later. That picture says a lot. That picture says, that's true joy. It's joy you don't need to like trademark. It's joy that's just naturally there because people are ready. They're ready to take back their country. They love this country. They love this movement, and listen again. We take almost every Trump rally live, or at least we're clipping it. And I've seen my fair share of Trump rallies. Tonight's was something special. There was a moment of silence. There was levity to it, and there was a lot of love. Just it was something unbelievable. You see people there dancing and clapping, doing the YMCA. Really, really, really something to behold. Man, Trump's still on stage there dancing. Wow. Look at that. Unbelievable. There's no one like him. There's no one like him. There will never be another President Trump. And in 30 days, you have the opportunity to go out and elect him, not just elect him, but send a message to the machine that wants him dead. 30 days. Again, Elon Musk said it. There's like 48 hours until voter registration. Deadlines close in some states. So if you don't have a plan to vote, please make sure you do so right now. swampthevote.com. And we've got to shock the system. We've got to go out in droves and make sure we take this country back. That's the only way we can do it. All right. Do we have audio at the rally right now? I would love to listen in. There we go. No si dorma. That's one of Trump's favorite songs.
E di speranza. Ma il mio mistero è chiuso in me. Il nome mio nessun saprà. E donna Ladies and gentlemen, the next President of the United States! There's a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? Goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. Tied you to a kitchen chair. She broke your throat. She cut your hand from your lips. She drew the hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Baby, I've been here before. I've seen this room and I walked this floor. I used to live alone before I knew you. I've seen your flag on the marble arch, and love is another victory march. It's cold and it's a broken heart. first, but it wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. I told the truth, I didn't come to fool you. And even though it all went wrong, I stand before the Lord I've sung with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah. 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 Thank you. USA! USA! Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, forever wet of grain, for purple mountains of majesty, above the fruit that blade. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy God with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for patriot dreams that see beyond the years. Thine alabaster cities gleam, binding by human tears. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy God with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. America, America, Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe display. Then sings my soul, my to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great Okay, you all know this one. Here we go. You're all joining in with me. Here we go. God bless America. Land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, wide with home. God bless America, my home's way home. God bless America. Let's hear it one more time for the 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Man, that I've just never seen anything like that. I've never been filled with more chills watching a Trump rally or going to a Trump rally in my life. What we saw there was history. There's no other way to put it. Donald Trump exiting right there triumphantly, defiantly, returning to the site of his first assassination attempt. We can't forget they've tried to kill him twice. They've tried to kill him twice, and they wouldn't do that if they thought they were winning. What we saw here was absolutely unbelievable. Let's go big. Right there. I mean, I was dancing at the end. He's got the classic Gloria going on. Unbelievable. What else is there to say? I mean, what else is there to say? We have. Let's throw this up. We have a play beside right now of the crowd. That crowd right there is historic. I mean, look at that. Throw that back up. Look at that. Let's move that. That is a sea of red. I've never seen anything like that. The defiance, the love, you know, you can see it, you can feel it in that video. I mean, look at that. It just goes on for miles and miles and miles. Unbelievable what we saw tonight from President Trump, from fellow Americans showing up. I mean, that is unreal. Unreal. 30 days. That's it. 30 days. Less at this point, right? It's already 8 o'clock on the East Coast. 30 days. So what are we going to do? We have to go out and vote. That's the only way to do it. Donald Trump mentioned the site, swampthevoteusa.com. You got to go there. If you don't have a plan to vote, they will help you. They'll get you set up and organized 30 days out. That's the way we're going to take back this country. Right there. Swamp the Vote USA. Perfect. Vote early, vote by mail, vote however you can, but just make sure your vote is counted by election day. That's the only way we're going to take back this country. Right. I mean, that music was so I'm still hearing it in my ears. That was beautiful. Literally music to my ears was this rally. All right. I mean, I don't have much to add besides what we just saw. I mean, what else could you say? The historic moment was felt. The love was felt. Moment of silence for Corey Comfortor's family by President Trump off the top of his speech. That was I don't think anyone watching this rally tonight is going to forget it. And I know when I cast my ballot early in the free state of Florida, I will be remembering this rally and what it meant, because it is a message to the machine that we're not gonna be put down. We're not gonna give up. We're not gonna back down. Again, 30 days out, we're gonna make our voices heard and take back this country. So with that, Jerry, do we have a meme ready? There you go. President Trump praying with Corey Comfortor's family. It's healing. This rally was healing, and it was just powerful. There wasn't a single moment of this rally that was flat, that could have been done differently. I mean, it was perfectly done with love, with affection for this country, for its people. So this was great. Let's toss up the crowd again. This crowd that we saw tonight was unbelievable, and this is hours before President Trump even took the stage. Is what we saw here. The flag draped background. This is how we do it. This is Pennsylvania, key Commonwealth for President Trump, and this is a good sign. A good sign for the country. So let's keep praying for this country, and let's go out and vote. That's the only way to do it. So the only thing you can do. So I'm hearing we might have a meme for you. Let's see. We do have a good clip here. Actually, we got to play for you guys. We got to do it. All right, we'll wait for it to come in. All right, we do have a killer meme by our in-house meme maker Jerry, who is he's dug up a good one. He's gotten a good one. So Jerry, let me know when we have that loaded, and we'll close off with that. I think it's fitting enough, right? So again, just whenever we have that, let's cue to that. I was feeling the love in the chat tonight, so I appreciate that. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. President Trump was surely keeping the love rolling on stage tonight. I mean, unbelievable. Up there for 2 hours, defiantly. We have Elon. Actually, let's play this. This is the moment Elon Musk took the stage after President Trump called him up. This was a great moment. Let's play it.
We're honored to be joined tonight by one of the people who is going to help us build this incredible future. And he is a truly incredible guy. And I don't say that often. He's a great gentleman. He's done such an unbelievable job for North Carolina, for Georgia, for Alabama, for Florida, for Tennessee. His name is Elon Musk. He saved free speech. He created so many different great things. Where is he? Come on up here, Elon. He created the first major American car company in generations, and his rocket company is the only reason we can now send American astronauts into space. Come here. Take over, Elon. Yes, take over.
Hi, everyone. As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA. Well, first of all,
I'm dark MAGA, Elon Musk right there. Dark MAGA unlocked, Elon Musk. Amazing. We have the meme for you, so we're going to play you off with that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, Benny was on the ground with the team, sending us live footage as we got it. So no one brought you the coverage that we brought you tonight, showing you the sights and sounds of everything going on at the Trump rally. I am Danny Darabina. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you at the next one. Let's play that killer meme. Go for it.
The heart of a dragon, the heart and armor, and the heart of an American. Make our country great again.
The biggest ships in the sea, all owned by the oldest kings, and their dying legacy, media still reads. Soon will the Benny Show come to mind, assault from lives for fun. Leave the gold and bring the gun, we sail for #1. Show come to mind, assault from lives for fun. Leave the gold and bring the gun, we sail for #1. The biggest ships in the sea, all owned by the oldest king.